mine is so spectacular. Open up your aperture. You don't like the light that I be shining, bitch, you Dracula. Southern draw vernacular, flip you like a spatula. Knew that I was built to put this world up on my scapula. I've been on this road so long, my tires bald. I don't wanna text and no, I don't wanna call. Came in this shit running, bitch, I don't know how to crawl. We ain't never folding, I'm holding the highest car. Look, okay, grew up running post routes, now I'm on the cash route. Better call the plumber, that boy spitting like a bass spout. All these bad women in this club, fuck is you mad about? Word to all my estheticians, boy, I'm about to lash out. Straight from St. John's to the east side, jigging since the knee high. Watch the way I put on for my state, nigga, yeehaw. Respect it, know what retard. Crazy how I made it to the league from the bleach eyes. Boy, my shit hair wrong, black, rich, and bare arms. Smoking on that yogi, this shit stronger than some bare arms. Goku, I'm in rare form, you cannot prepare for him. When I swing, it's like a carnivore, this shit ain't fair for him. Brought intellect back to this rap shit. You niggas need chapstick. Shit been dry for way too long, and I'm the matchstick. You niggas Nickelodeon me, I'm more like Cap Nick. Cap a nigga, throw him in front of me. Party favors on the table, you can pick and choose. I would be lying if I said that I don't get confused. I'm just a player in the game and I don't pick the rules. Why trouble always seem to find the ones with shit to lose. About to blow like we just lit the fuse. We double dutch into this dough, I get this shit in twos. Push the button, get it started, put that shit in cruise. A little dust up on his heart, I barely get to use. A fool flatters himself, a wise man flatters the fool. Man, I just came to get it started like mechanics with tools. Cause in my hood, if you don't pack a tool, you planning to lose. These young boys deserve Oscars, they be acting a fool. A couple loose screws, but they hammer accurate. Ooh, I know some niggas stuck on drugs and manufacture it too. School of hard knocks, we all got our bachelor's. Food, no cap and gowns, but we all had the master. Party favors on the table, you can pick and choose. I would be lying if I said that I don't get confused. I'm just a player in the game and I don't pick the rules. Why trouble always seem to find the ones with shit to lose. I'm lit, it's about to be a late night. Fresh wax, shawty, show me what it tastes like. Niggas know me in my city like I'm Wayne Wright. Got them looking up to me and we the same height. Ooh, I got it bad, deep in my bag. Foot on the gas, they cannot last. Swimming with the sharks, bitch, that's a great white. Never stopped and we don't even need no brake lights. Say she don't smoke, but she always smoke with me, yeah. Backwards in the air, back up in the ovaries, yeah. All my ops, they stay running like they over easy. Even my masseuse can't just get too close to me, yeah. Shout out to Next, soon as the ink dry, we count out the checks, yeah. I never flex, I bought up a business, you bought up a section. I'm at the top of my class, yeah. Y'all never learned from your lesson. Skywalker gave me the force, yeah. Turn this into an obsession, yeah. I couldn't wait on the team, cooking shit up with just me run play, yeah. Things never are what they seem, but we know the facts, yeah. Charging that shit to the game, but now I pull up with a battery pack, yeah. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, and we can just leave it at fact. I'm dumb lit, it's about to be a late night. Fresh wax, shawty, show me what it tastes like. Niggas know me in my city like I'm Wayne Wright. Got them looking up to me and we the same height. Ooh, I got it bad, deep in my bag. Foot on the gas, they cannot last. Swimming with the sharks, bitch, that's a great white. Never stopped and we don't even need no brake lights. Big bro, why they call you big bro? Every time we hit the bank, we deposit zip codes. Well connected with the streets like we out in Skid Row.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull-Up Show. I'm your host, Mr. BJ Matthews, a.k.a. B Jizzle. Before we get started, pause on the YouTube page, the Pull-Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. all of our YouTube videos. Hit that like button. Y'all coming here to share, subscribe, hit that Cash App, $SlickRick1990, $SlickRick1990 is our Cash App. If you guys do not have Cash App, that's no problem at all. You guys can also sub to our Pull Up Basketball Podcast page. And make sure you guys donate to the Pull Up Basketball Podcast at your own discretion. And that way you guys can get your thoughts out there. And also, like I said, attach the super stickers and super comments. If you guys got comments in this comment section, make sure y'all do it like that as well. Things to say, everything, notoriety. Make sure you guys continue to follow the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. And man, we got some news today. And I want to also give a shout out to the people that spent 8 hours on the live with us yesterday. I did not know it was going to be 8 hours that we were going to be on this live, but I definitely want to give people respect for coming in, rocking out with your boy. It was definitely not definitely appreciate it. All right, so shout out to y'all, man. If you guys are in here, make sure y'all smash that like button, wipe your feet before you enter this house. Before I get into the comment section, I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of a video and kind of give my respects to the person that we're going to talk about today. I think he did a lot for the team that needs to be recognized. I think he did a lot for the team. I think, he's a person that's going to definitely be missed, a fan favorite on the team. So before we even do anything, before we even, get into the video, before I even start talking, I want to give a shout out to my guy, one of the guys that probably the closest dude I'm on the team with. From my city, from my neighborhood, like, you know what I'm saying? So I want to give a shout out to him, but let's go ahead and play a little quick clip and then we're going to get right into it, man. And we're going to get it popping. So, all right, here we go.
So Norm, congrats on the win, bro. So 23 points per game at almost a 50% clip. The work is showing that you've been doing this off season. So can you kind of give a glimpse of what you've really been focusing on, the two things this offseason, of why you are where you are and why you're dominating on the team right now, leading the scoring?
The biggest thing is just the mentality and an approach night in, night out. My work hasn't changed since I came into the league and before. Getting my 3-a-day workouts in 5 days a week, sometimes 6. I feel like I'm repeating that. But just really the mentality, the approach, and stepping into this role and being ready for the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, teams leaning on me to go out there and play. I've been a student for the last 10 seasons, watching the guys in front of me, being a sponge, talking to them and what they see, and just having carryover and stepping into the role and being prepared for it. I told Elle, I'm ready. I'm ready for this opportunity, and ride with me. I'm gonna be here from ups and downs. I'm gonna lay it all on the line, and I think that's what's helping being in the moment and just playing basketball.
All right, so let me first give a shout out to the people in the chat. Make sure you guys show y'all love in the chat. I'm gonna go and get going to this. We're gonna talk about it, man. What just transpired. It was breaking news this morning. I did not know this was coming. But they just announced it. Actually, I had a feeling it was gonna happen. I just didn't know it was gonna happen this soon. And shout out to Ticket TV for the notification I got today. And apparently the Clippers made another move this morning, and it's gonna regarding to one of the fan favorites, Norman Powell. Shams Charania breaks the news: the Clippers, Jazz, and Heat have agreed to a trade that sends Norman Powell to Miami, John Collins to Los Angeles, and Kevin Love, Kyle Anderson, and a 2027 Clippers second-round pick to the Jazz. Sources tell ESPN. All right, so this is what the news transpired. Breaking news, of course. 3-deal trade, three-team trade. Now, initially, it said Clippers. He said, I think in this video, Ticket said Clippers trade Norman Powell to Miami. I'm like, what? I'm like, for who? So I said, okay, let me look this up, and I see that it's a 3-team trade. It's a 3-team trade, man. So let me get into the comments. Make sure you guys vote into the comment section. Hit the like button. The one and only Bull said I knew we was trading him for a power forward. That was our biggest weakness, but I'm not gonna lie, we might need to get Bradley Beal now because of our shooting guard position is weak. And Bogey are done. Not gonna cut it. We need some help. LOL. Finally, Allen NG. Finally, I thought we were going to trade Norm for Drew, but this is a better trade because we can do other stuff and not a bad contract option. All right, appreciate it, Bo. Let me go into a few other comments. DFJ still hating L host. Corey Gear 5 said what they traded Powell. Yep, they traded Powell. Wow, Water X says wow, Norman Powell's gone. What's good, BJ? We got our power forward, and although I hate to see Norm go, it's for the best. Let's go get Bill next. Oh, now y'all want Bradley Bill now. Now y'all want Bradley Bill. Okay. You know it's funny? They just had a post. I don't know if y'all know Brett Siegel. He's an NBA insider, a big person on Twitter. He's saying we should go get Chris Paul. We're close to getting Chris Paul and Bradley Bill. So you can see people are taking people's takes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Salute BJ. Was good. We will see. We still got Ty Lue. Yeah, we still got him. Finally got a power forward. Finally got a power forward. He said Zubac, Collins, Kawhi, Harden. We need a SG now. Yeah. Salute, pull up, great pickup. Let's see who's gonna hate on it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Make sure y'all smash that like button as y'all come in here. All right. So a lot to talk about, of course, and this is a move that, like I said, I saw coming, but I didn't see it coming today, and I did not see it coming for the move that I saw it coming for in a 3-team trade. So there's going to be a few things I'm going to say, echo, when I see this. We got to look at who we let go and who we got in return, okay? Now, based off of the 3-team trade, Miami, the Clippers, and Utah. Utah, once again, the Clippers seem to love doing business with Utah. Utah really, to me, just wants picks on their team. Danny Ainge is a pick hoarder, just like Mike Dendenhall is a pick hoarder. They love to get picks. And then you got not only that, they're trying to basically, get younger. Kevin Love and Kyle Anderson, to me, I don't think one or the other is going to be on the team. They're going to probably be bought out or something. Miami picking up Norman Powell. That's telling me all they're trying to do is replace what Jimmy Butler was, because I don't really see why Miami got Norman Powell, would think, unless they're going to play him off the ball. With Tyler Hero playing the point, because essentially what you got two of the same players who kind of do the same things. Even though Tyler Hero is a better playmaker, they both are scorers. That's their primary job. They're very good at it, but they're not elite at it. All right, so you picked that for Miami, and then the Clippers, they picked up John Collins, who's the power forward. I'm gonna get into what I think about all this stuff. I'm gonna get into what I think about everything, right? Listen here. Let's start off with what happened this season, right? Let's go into what happened this season. The beginning of the year, Norman Powell, for the first part of the season, was doing very well. He was averaging 24 points per game. He was, leading the charge. He was the best player on the team as far as scoring. I think averaging 24 points and like shooting splits were like 49, 41, 83. Right? Coming into this season, the expectations of Norman Powell was him to fill in the role of PG. That was the expectations put on him. That was the expectations that he wanted. He asked for the expectations to be the second guy. He asked for the expectations, hell, not even be the second guy, be the first guy, right? The addition by subtraction comment really is the start of, the whole, Norman Powell is going to be leading the charge and all that stuff. And, for a certain period of time, it was working, right? For the first part of the season, you got people that said Norman Powell should have been the All-Star. I believed he should have as well. I thought, like anything, any scorer in the league, you tell me any team in the league when you have the best scorer, that's the best player. You can't find a team in the NBA where the masses don't call the number one scorer the best player. And I thought for the first part of the season, he was the most impactful player because he was the best scorer. But because his name wasn't big enough, that's why, he didn't get the All-Star nod. That's why, people kept questioning what I was trying to say. But in reality, he was the most efficient. He had big games against big teams, right? And I thought he was the most efficient player at his role. And personally, in my opinion, I think he did thrive on that. I think he was starting to feel, he was that guy because he was being told it by so many people, especially Clipper fans. And I was very consistent from the start of the season. I was like, Norm is very good, but there's holes there. He's not the best defender. He's not a good rebounder. His playmaking skills, he's obviously not a point guard. He's a firecracker. He's a scorer. So when he got the opportunity to do what he could do, and then towards the second part of the season, it wasn't like the first. It kind of like looked at, there's a number of reasons why I think Norm's production went down. One was his injury. Y'all remember he had that hamstring injury the second, like right at the last game against Utah. He had that hamstring injury going into the All-Star break. And then after that, it took him time to get back into rhythm. But also, remember, he felt he was. This is a big reason I think his production went down. I think he was feeling some type of way that he didn't get that All-Star nod. I think that's one reason why he kind of like, I won't say it was in his feelings, but people gotta remember, Norm been in the league for 11 seasons, and when you got everybody saying like better than PG, and you were having the best season of your career, and then on top of that, you had real expectations to be an All-Star. That in itself, I think, somewhat bothered him. He didn't get it, so that was on his mind. And then the third thing is, of course, Kawhi Leonard came back, and Kawhi really, to be honest with you, was the reason why we went on that 13-2 run, the last 15 games of the season. Right, y'all remember that? See, if this is the part that I want to make very clear. If Kawhi don't come back, the Clippers are probably in the play-in. Actually, I don't think they are in the play-in. So Kawhi had to do what he had to do to make sure the Clippers avoided the play-in, even if that meant taking away Norm shots, taking away, his shine. And I don't think Norm had an issue with it, but that's kind of where things kind of went downhill. You had your best player come back, and he had to play at a certain level for them to win. Because remember, when Kawhi first came back, he was like, anytime he comes back, he takes his time. He doesn't step on nobody's toes. He's very, takes a back seat. But when the Clippers went on a, downward spiral, I think towards like the end of February and somewhat in March, there's certain things that have to be done for them to get things. There's certain things that have to be done. He had to play at a certain level for them to win. So that's another situation. So Norm's production went down after all those situations. He finished the season with 21 points, 21.8 points per game, which is very good. So now we got to see what he's like in the postseason. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I really strongly believe the reason why the Clippers chose to let him go. I'm gonna play a clip so y'all can see. Not let him go, but the expectations that was he put on himself. I'm gonna let y'all see what. Remember, he was on NBA on ESPN. He talked about, his feelings about the Clippers. You know what I'm saying, about the opportunities and stuff like that. I'm gonna let y'all kind of hear what he had to say, which was a 2-minute clip about what he had to, about the Clippers. So here you go.
I have that underdog mentality. I've been saying it all year. We got a group of guys that, have had their own story of having to prove themselves and keep their time in the league. And that we got guys that are going to step into the opportunity and step up big. Everybody was killing me about my addition by subtraction.
Standing on business.
Yeah, but I meant that for all of us, not just myself. Guys wanted the opportunity to go out there and show what they can do. With PG and Russ leaving, it allowed us to do that. And for me, especially being able to step into that role that I always wanted to be, number one, number two option every.
See, right there. He always wanted to be the number one, number two option. I'm going to revert to that towards the end of the video, but I want y'all to take note of that. He said he always felt he could be the number one, number two option. Y'all see the record right here. There were 25 and 19. There were 6 in the West. And there were 16, 8 at home, 9, 11 on the road. This is right around the time. Y'all can see anytime you're on NBA on ESPN, that means you're playing pretty well. You're either a top name or you're playing at a top level at a certain part of the season. They don't just invite anybody to come to the studio to talk. I think they did it to Visca Zubac too, because he was playing at a certain level too. So them inviting Norman Powell to the scenery really, that can just pretty much, y'all can see he was playing at a high level. All right, so here we go.
Every single night and play my game.
Absolutely. And you're doing this in your 10th year in the league. Was there ever a doubt in your mind that you could get to be this type of player night in and night out?
I never doubted it.
Yeah.
For me, I'm a winning player. Danny.
No, he's never done. He's been that way since he's gotten into the league. He's been dominant. He's been getting buckets for a long time. See him do it in season 10 is unreal, and he deserves to be a reserve all-star this year.
Well, then I'm going to have you, Danny, I'm not going to make Norm make this case. It's better that I want you.
For sure. I mean, we've seen the numbers. The numbers he has, they're top 6 in the West. Nobody expected that. And he's got better numbers than these guys you see on the board. And all these guys, most.
Now watch this. Now, this is the case I was trying to make. And as y'all come here, smash the like button. Look at the names on the board who Norman Powell is outscoring. He was outscoring LeBron. He was outscoring Donovan Mitchell. He was outscoring Jaylen Brown. He was outscoring Trae Young. He was outscoring Stephen Curry. This is the big reason why I said he should have been an all-star, because look, he was at 23.7 points per game this season at this point. And this is when I think right when Kawhi came back. Before Kawhi came back, he was scoring better than all these guys. And these are stars. LeBron, Donovan Mitchell, Jaylen Brown, Trae Young, and Steph Curry. All stars. So you had Norman Powell playing at a high level. That's why I didn't understand how he did not get the All-Star. All it could have been was political. And I think that was a big reason why, personally, part of the reason why his play dropped. I'm just going to be honest. Because you got to remember, when you're an all-star, it's just not, bragging rights amongst your peers. You understand the incentives you get to be an all-star, money-wise, financial-wise. So this is the year for him to get it. This would have been his first opportunity. And I think that, naturally, I know that somewhat rubbed him the wrong way. But let's continue.
Most of them are all-stars already. 3 of them are all-star starters. He's averaging more points than all 3 of these guys. And they have a better record than both these 2 teams in the West. Golden State and the Lakers are nowhere near what the Clippers have done. And he's done this with Paul George leaving and Kawhi being out the first third of the season. So for him to carry this team, him and James, and obviously Zubac, they have some good pieces.
Yep.
But for him to lead the scoring, lead the torch, and keep this Clipper team to a 6 in the West, which they could be climbing sooner, even higher. No-brainer to me. All-star reserve. Could have been a starter if
What
I
I
had
love
to vote.
about this is Norm is just like nodding with a poker face the entire time. But when you see these numbers and know that you eclipse them and you see the players that these belong to, I mean, what does that reaffirm to you about what you're doing this season?
That I wasn't wrong to have the same mentality that I had. I'm one of them ones.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see the numbers, and I know all the work and the journey ahead that I had to get here. But to be in the talks and in the categories with these guys, it's a surreal moment for me and a surreal feeling. But
so you are one of them ones, and shout out to everybody in the post. Norm, you are one of them ones. I'm not gonna even, and that's just I'm being honest. I don't want nobody coming in here saying like Norman Powell is not a quality starter in this league, because he can be a starter in this league. I just think the expectations of him being Paul George was too much for him, because you got to remember, Norm's only 6'3". So you asking him to not just be a scorer, but you asking him to replace PG's rebounding, his defense, and his playmaking. That's a tall task. And his playoff production, right? So now that he goes to a team like Miami, I think he can go to a squad where it's a fresh start and he has a chance to go to be a bigger fish in a smaller pond. I think he's going to do some special things in Miami. I think he's going to be able to go over there and make some automatic noise, depending how Eric Spoelstra uses him. You guys have to talk to Big Tone about that, my guy Big Tone. But he's gonna get paid another big contract, and that's another thing too. I'm starting to think this was a mutual agreement, because I think they really like Norm. I think Lawrence Frank liked Norm. I know Tyronn Lue loved Norm. So usually in that, when they have a relationship like that, more times than not, they're going to do what's best for the player. So I think they sat down, because you guys have noticed Norm ain't really been too active in the summer. You ain't really heard nothing from him. So I'm pretty sure they had this talk way back when they said, look, we just paid James. We just paid James his extension. And I saw as soon as they paid James Harden that 2 year 80 or how much they give him, 41 million, 2 year $80 million, $80 million. I said, yeah, Norm's gonna be out of here, because you don't have enough money to pay him what he deserves, since you paid Harden his bread. And the fact that Norm had one more year left of his contract, it just didn't really make sense. It's like, what could you have signed Norm for? You couldn't sign him for a big contract, because the Clippers only have a mid-level exception. And I think they said, okay, we could wait until the end of this season, but we also can get off of him right now where his value is high, allow him to go to a team that can pay him, because we're not going to be able to pay him, because we already got 2 guys getting paid a good amount of money, Kawhi and James Harden. So I think it was just one of them situations that, Norm is on his last year, 5-year, $90 million right now, right? He's making $20 million this last season. And then he's going to be going into a free agent next year. So if there was a time to re-up on Norm, it was going to be somewhere in the beginning of this season. But I think the Clippers took the approach like, okay, we could do that, but we also can let go of him right now, allow him to go to a team he's going to be able to shine with, and also get him off our books. Now, another thing that people, and I think really kind of pushed Norm out the door, was him in the playoffs. Now, I looked right back at the games. I looked at his numbers too in the playoffs. Let me show y'all what he did. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the screen. Make sure y'all smash this like button. All right, so Norman Powell averaged 16 points per game, 2.4 rebounds, and 2.4 assists in 7 games in the 2025 playoffs. Okay, look. Let's break this down really kind of like quickly and swiftly. So Norman Powell is a scorer. That's what he's meant to do, to score the basketball, right? 13, 20, 22, 12, 24, and 9 points. Those are, okay numbers. There was 3 games he played below average, and there were 3 games he played above average. The shooting splits, you got 35%, 58, 53, 41, 60, and 36. So 3 games, good shooting splits, 3 games. Well, actually, sorry. 4 games he didn't play well, and 3 games he played well. Right? That's his scoring aspect. Did not do much of any rebounding. Of course, he's not a playmaker. And defensively, he couldn't really, he couldn't match Jamal Murray's production. And that's what the Clippers are missing. They're missing a second scoring option, which is why I said the Clippers, they got to go after Bradley Beal. Because now you got to have somebody else that can score the ball. Because now that makes me think now the Clippers, I don't know who's listening to my videos, but the Clippers are going to go after Bradley Beal now on that mid-level exception. There's a reason why they ain't signed Chris Paul, and there's a reason why they let Norman Powell go. They know they know that Kawhi Leonard ain't enough to score the basketball by himself. They're gonna need somebody else as that second piece. They're gonna need somebody else to be able to replace that 21 points per game that Norman Powell did in the regular season. So who is the guy they're gonna bring in? I'm telling you, if it's not Bradley Beal, they're looking for somebody to come in. So I would say be on the fence. Y'all look out for that deal for Bradley Beal coming in the next few days or a week or so. But back to the point. I think Norm's mediocre production as a starter in the playoffs put the nail in the coffin why the Clippers are okay with letting him go. Because they realized that he's not going to be able to be the second guy, and that's what they were banking on. Norman Powell is an exceptional 6-man. You can make a case probably the best 6-man in the league, and he's an okay to good starter in the league. But when you have Kawhi Leonard in his prime, the expectations grow. So said Norm would do great in Miami. He's going to do awesome in Miami because now the expectations ain't as high as it was. Now, let me tell you about the trade in itself. I'm actually going to the trade because I looked up John Collins. I've been watching John Collins since Atlanta. Let's see what John Collins has been doing as of late. So John Collins averaging 16 points per game, 8 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 0.6 steals, and 1.0 blocks per game. And shooting splits, 52%, 39% from the 3, 84% from the line. Okay. So his shooting splits are very good shooting splits. His 3-point percentage, very good shooting from the 3. Free throw percentage, very good. Rebounding, solid rebounder as well. I remember watching John Collins in Atlanta. I remember watching him when they had that run in 2021. It was him, Trae Young, Cam Reddish, Bogdan Bogdanovic, ironically. Yeah, and a few others. But yeah, I remember John Collins in Atlanta. So he's been in Utah for like the last 2-3 seasons. They haven't really been a great team. They've been the bottom of the West. So I put the question in the chat. How do y'all feel about the move? John Collins is 27 years old. He's an ultra athlete, very explosive, all that good stuff. The question is like, how is he going to fit with the Clippers, and what's the impact going to be? Let's do this. He's played 8 seasons. This is his stats right here: 16 points and 8 rebounds a game. So he's a high flyer. He can dunk. He can jump out the gym. Very similar to Derrick Jones Jr., but he's a better scorer than Derrick Jones Jr., and he's younger than Derrick Jones. He's around the same as Derrick Jones Jr. as far as whatchamacallit, as far as, athleticism. Now, as far as what I feel, I think personally, I was not really wanting John Collins on the team because of, to be honest with you, if you're gonna put him with Ivica Zubac, they both can't. You're gonna be forcing John Collins to be an outside shooter, which he shot the ball very well last year. But now that you got Zubac there, is he gonna be able to stretch the floor enough for it to be consistent? And is he gonna do it in the postseason? See, this is the question. We understand the Clippers are good in the regular season. Now it's about the postseason. Now it's about if we can get the postseason to be able to get everybody on board. I don't think personally that the trade is an exceptional trade. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. I think the trade was, man, I think now that you can put Kawhi at his proper position, I think that's the big thing. You could put Kawhi at the 3, and Kawhi can dominate there. That's the best thing about this trade. But I think John Collins isn't proven enough where I can just say, okay, it's going to be an automatic fit. So I would give this trade a C. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. I think it's just I think it don't really move the needle. I think it don't move the needle for the Clippers because you did give up a player of Norm's caliber, where now that you're asking, okay, well, who's going to be our 2? So if you go with this roster, you're not going to get you're going to be around the same as you were last year, because you still don't have enough scoring. So they're going to have to go out there and get a second. I don't know who they're going to use the mid-level exception on. I strongly believe they're waiting on Bradley Beal. Or you never know. Old man might be right. There might be something where Paul George gets bought out and they might be waiting. I don't know. It could be one or the other. But I think, like I said with Norman, I think the biggest thing with him is, I don't think this is Lawrence Frank doing this as well. I think this is that guy, Monte McNair. I think this is Monte McNair doing this. I think he's the one really molding this, because these are moves that I don't think Lawrence Frank would do. Like you trade away, and I don't think this is what Ty Lue wants. Now, this is where it comes down to. This is something that old man said. All this stuff we can say, and I don't think it's hating out this thing is honest. As long as this man is in the way and he doesn't utilize the players how they need to be utilized, it ain't gonna matter. It's not gonna matter who you have on the court. Tyronn Lue is gonna have to coach this team how it needs to be coached for them to be successful. Because if he doesn't, if you don't coach how he's supposed to be coached, he's out of there too. It's starting to seem to me the Clippers are starting to get some new heads, and Steve Ballmer is finally starting to hire some people that actually are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Now, there's players on the roster I think that are going to be moved as well. I think, unfortunately, Amir Coffey is going to probably be out the door, even though I think it should be Bogdanovich. This is going to be the next move, in my personal opinion. One of these two I think is going to be Amir Coffey. Is going to be out the door, which would be a huge mistake. They're going to get off of him. And you might be surprised they might get off of either Derrick Jones Jr. or Chris Dunn. They're going to get off of Derrick Jones Jr. or Chris Dunn. Especially if they bring in Bradley Beal and Chris Paul. They're probably going to get off of either Derrick Jones Jr. or Chris Dunn. They got off of Drew Eubanks already. He's out of there. Ben Simmons, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. He don't even seem like he's motivated to be there anymore. He don't want to play for Tyronn Lue, so he's going to probably just – there's a lot of stuff. I think there's going to be a lot of moves that's still going to be on the table for the Clippers. That's kind of what it is. Yeah. I think the biggest thing is now the Clippers have to – they're going to have to find a way to be – they're going to have to find a way for Tyronn Lue to do what he has to do. But this is, in my personal opinion, he should have already had his chance. I think he's ran out of chances. But I don't like the move. I like the move. I don't love the move. I like it, but I don't love it. But let me go ahead and drop this link for y'all to come in. And we're going to go from there. I got a lot of comments. See, the problem, you couldn't keep Norm because, see, this is the thing. If you had brought him back, it would have been so awkward because he's really elite as a bench role. And I could tell you right now, Norm wasn't going to want to go back to the bench after what he felt he had did the previous year before. He wasn't going to go back to the bench. He would took that as a slap in the face. So, and then if he went back to the bench behind who? Chris Dunn, he wasn't finna do that. So I think they came to a mutual agreement. Like, look, we're going to go ahead and let you off, and we're going to let you go to a team we can actually succeed and, go from there. What's good, Rob?
What's good, BJ? Man.
What's happening, brother?
Bro, hey, BJ, I was nervous for a second, man. I thought the Clippers weren't going to make any moves, man. It's looking a little bare out there. But, you know what? Like you said, I don't love the move. I like it. I think it's good just because we needed a power forward. Like, just to get Kawhi off the power forward, you know what I'm saying? And, like I said, it gives James Harden another lob threat, I've been hearing rumors that we should try to go after what's his name? Drew Holiday, BJ. What you think? You think we should try to get Drew Holiday or no?
I don't know.
I like his defense. I like where he's at. I mean, I don't know. I think he is a little too old, but I mean, shit, man. If we can get more defense around James Harden, I'm all for it, B. You know, let's see. Like I said, I like the move. I think we got a lot more moves in us. Like I said, I don't believe we keeping Bogey because Bogey got to go, man. Bogey got to go. I would prefer if we could try to keep him here, that'd be cool. But I mean, if he want to go, let him go, man. And like I said, I don't know if it puts us towards a championship, but I mean, I like the move. Like I said, it make us stronger. It make us a little better. We just got to make a few more moves if we really want to go for that championship, though.
Yeah. I like I said, I like it. I'm not too extreme over it because one, Tyronn Lue, and two,
Yeah,
Norm is a very, very solid player, bro. He's a very solid player. Like,
hey, he's perfect for the Heat, though. BJ, you think about it, his
he's gonna
game is
kill.
perfect for the Heat.
He's gonna kill in Miami. He's gonna kill, and he's a big fish in a small pond. So I think it was a mutual agreement. I think it was a mutual agreement for them to make the move.
That's a fact.
So, yeah, man.
Hey, BJ, can I check in?
What's good, Sports Guru? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Good, brother.
Thanks for allowing me to join. The thing is, I disagree with your take in terms of it being maybe a slight upgrade. When you look at the complete roster, Adding Lopez was significant because when Zoo comes off the floor, you find out that there's a major void. Now Lopez can fill in that gap. Secondly, with Kawhi having to play the 4, especially in the playoffs, that puts a lot of strain on him. And it's best if we limit the amount of strain on Kawhi. Thirdly, while Powell was significant in terms of his contribution as far as scoring is concerned, he was pretty much one-dimensional. And if his shot was not falling, he was pretty much a liability. Now, with Collins at the 4, we can rotate Dunn and BJ interchangeably at the 2 guard or even at the 3 position. So the team is far more balanced in my estimation. I do agree with you that this is the opportunity now for Ty Lue to prove himself, because like you, I was of the opinion that they should have gotten rid of him as well. But let's see. What's your thoughts?
First off, respect to you, brother. You from Jamaica?
Yes. Yeah, I'm
My
from
brother,
Jamaica, man.
my
Yeah.
man. I agree with what you said about, for sure, Lopez, and I like what you said about Collins being a versatile player. I think I said slightly because I haven't seen him in this position, and I think when we had Norm last year, a lot of people said, "Well, Norm's going to do this, Norm's going to do that," and in the playoffs, he didn't rise to the level he was in the regular season. So I like Collins, what he brings. I like how he puts Kawhi at the 3. I think he's going to help Zubac with the rebounding. I just would like to see it at the big stage before I say, okay, this is going to definitely work. I think we still need a 2 to score the ball. And I think Ty Lue is kind of making a little bit tougher because, he doesn't have the right scheme for these guys.
I do agree with that. And I'm hoping that he addressed that issue.
Hey, BJ, did you hear about them the Clippers looking into trying to get CP3 and Bradley Beal? What you think?
They took my damn take, man. That was my take. They took it from me. I've been saying that for weeks, man. They be stealing my shit. Yeah.
I definitely think we're going to get one of those guys.
Yeah,
I
man.
would, I wouldn't mind CP3 coming back, man. Honestly.
He gonna run Harden off the team, bro. He don't like Harden.
Harden need to go anyway. Now.
Let me go to my brother Mass. What happened to Sports Guru? Hey man, come back whenever you want to come back. I like that dude. Let me go to Mass. What's good, Mass?
Salute, BJ. Yeah, the last guy had some good valid points. I woke up to this news. Definitely shocking. To get somebody has to go. I know a lot of people like Norman Powell. He's a scoring punch, and I agree. Collins is a versatile big. He can stretch you out a little bit. He can hit the occasional three and occasional mid-range jump shot, and the pick and roll, the pick and pops, the playing downhill. Is he physical? Yeah. Can he play four? Yeah. Does it put Kawhi back at the three? Yeah. So is it an upgrade? Yes, it's an upgrade at the four, but then you got to gauge, like, does it make you guys, I have to gauge how much the needle moved with this move, because you're losing Powell's 20 points a game and you're getting a power forward that you needed. I just would have, the thing is that, to get somebody, you just got to give something up. And so that's how I kind of gauge this a little bit. What intangibles does Collins bring? Well, he does bring rebounding. Defensively, I never thought he was all that great defensively, but he'll be surrounded by a team that plays defense. So even in his defensive deficiencies, I think they'll be fine there. You got Zubac cleaning stuff up behind him, and so that's not too worrisome. For me, it's not. Here's where I'm going to be a little concerned, is that, in Utah, he was like, the second option behind Lauri Markkanen. In Atlanta, he was a second option behind, Trae Young. He's not the second option here in LA. He's going to be probably the third or fourth option. I think Zoo, James, and Kawhi are going to eat first, and then he has to pick up the scraps. So a lot of his points may come off of putbacks, little pick and pops, little pocket passes. He'll get his shit, here and there. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, I've never heard anything bad about the guy from a locker room standpoint. I think he's a pretty good professional. Nobody's perfect, but I haven't heard anything like crazy about him in the locker room. So I hope he can accept his role, being the fourth guy, third or fourth guy. It's a cool move, man. It's a cool move. I don't think it moves the needle that much. It moves it, but it doesn't move it that much. And him averaging 19 points in Utah, 19 and 9, 19 and 10, whatever it was, you got to be honest. I think those numbers come down a little bit just based off touches, minutes, and schemes. And BJ just made a great point. I can have a toolbox, and I can have every tool in my box. But if I don't know how to use my tools in my box, then how effective are the tools? And so it's going to come down to, can Ty create a versatile offense, different combinations, and unlock this team with him on it now. And so this all is predicated on how Ty is going to coach it. Because now you have a four, some games, let's face it, sometimes you can play, John at the five and go small five ball, right? And put Kawhi at the four and kind of mix and match and do certain things, right? And so it just depends on how, Tyronn Lue is going to utilize what he has. And so we got to wait and see, okay? I hate to assess or judge it. I got to be fair. I'm going to wait and see how this turns out. There's still more moves to be made. And so I got to pump the brakes and just let the Clippers do what they do. And I think mid-October, maybe early October, once we know what the roster is, I can really assess, John and Zoo and Kawhi and these guys and see how things fit. Because if they go get a Chris Paul or go get a Bradley Beal, like, that's going to change my assessment big time. Not saying change it for the good or bad, but I'll assess it then. So, but as of today, it's a good piece.
Yeah, yeah. I second those thoughts. I
Yeah.
appreciate that, man. I second those thoughts.
Hey, y'all, do y'all think Ty Lue finally on the hot seat this season?
Yeah, I do.
I hope so.
I
He
think
needs
so.
to show his. He got to come out this year. He got to do some things.
Let me go to my bro Deuce Times. What's good, Deuce?
Hey man, it's a happy day, man. Shit, man.
Dude,
My summer been ruined, man, by this fucking Norman Powell, bro. Get this motherfucker out my face, bro. Like, golly. I'm so happy, bro. I thought we could have got more, but we got that 4 we're looking for, and I'm
you
happy
should have
about the
thrown
shit,
Bogey
bro.
in that bitch.
Well, we probably use Bogey to trade for someone else, man. But get Norm out of here, man. His little first of the month period ways and shit. I'm mad one day, I'm sad another day. I'm hurt. I'm tired. I can't play defense. I can't dribble. Like I'm done with that motherfucker, man. The first half of the season, he was changing my mind a little bit, but when Kawhi came back, this motherfucker just turned all the way down. Even though he still got the same number of touches, he still got the same number of shots. He all of a sudden just I can't play anymore, and I blame him for the playoff loss. So you know what I mean? I was done with him, and I'm pretty sure the front office was too. They're tired of his damn little finicky ways and shit. And I'm gonna play good one day, and one day I'm gonna be hard. One day I'm gonna be soft. One day I can't dribble. Like I'm done with Norm, bro. I've been done with Norm. And after the playoffs, man, like I'm just happy we got something for him. That the Clippers fans been wanting John Collins for the last 2-3 years. Uh, I don't really know how good of a player he is, you know what I mean? But we got some value for Norm, I guess. So that's all I had to say
Yeah.
about that. Like I'm happy, man. Today's a good day.
Okay.
Man, if Ty Lue just I would love to see him play that rookie we got. Yannick, oh, that kid looks good, man. I like his
I
game.
want I want to see him play Jordan Miller more. Jordan Miller
Mm.
left
He should
hand
definitely
scorer.
play a lot more of those younger guys this year for sure.
Left
They
hand
deserve
scorer,
some
bro. You
time.
can't beat that.
They deserve definitely what's his name? Kobe Brown deserves some minutes this year, man.
Well, he just gave somebody his damn spot. John Collins is Kobe Brown's spot. So don't look for him to be here much longer.
Man, we can never develop talent, man. Dang.
That used to be our thing. You have good young players. You can go back to the Darius Mile, Q Richardson days, Corey Maggette, with Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. Like that used to be our thing with developing young players. I don't know what happened.
Ty Lue.
I
Ty
don't.
Lue.
I don't. Yeah, that's what happened,
Ty Lue
Tyloo.
don't play no young dudes, man. But I
That's how he
I
got
like
fired
that
from
Yannick
Cleveland.
dude, man. That Yannick dude, man. I like him, man. Shoot. I ain't gonna lie. I see some potential there, man.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks good. We'll see what happens, but
Yeah.
I'm glad Norman Powell. Norman's the main reason we lost that playoff series.
He gonna
This
be
month,
good over there with the Heat, bro. I think that was a good move for him.
man, Pat Riley gonna run his ass out. They're gonna be buying his ass out. Like man, this motherfucker.
Hey,
He
look,
on a
look,
free
dudes.
agent
All we
deal.
need to do now is get what's his name up out of here. Bogey. Get Bogey and get something for him.
Bogey's gonna be a trade asset. And I thought Bogey was good. I didn't know his defense was that trash. I didn't know he was fooled on defense.
Because we still, what y'all think about Derrick Jones and Chris Dunn? You think we should try to get some trade pieces for him?
Hell no, we need them niggas.
Okay. What you think,
Especially we don't
BJ?
got Team Man no more.
You said Derek Jones.
Derrick Jones and Chris Dunn.
Yeah, I think you can keep Jones. I think because
Okay.
I think he's a defensive. He's not elite, but he's good. He's serviceable. But I don't want Bogey no more. I wish we can keep Coffee, but they're not gonna keep him. Um, Dunn.
Oh, I feel like he could be a good asset off the bench. I'll
I
definitely say
feel
that.
Dunn's probably gonna be a starter.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a mistake.
trying to start him right next to Harden again, huh?
Yeah,
That is
we
not a
we
good idea.
But we got
Well,
Kawhi back. We don't need the scoring.
so
If
what
Kawhi's gonna
if
play
we
more
get
than 50 games,
like CP3 or Bradley Bill? You would still try to start Dunn over them?
Hell no. Not
if
over
we get
Bradley
back,
Beal. Hell
not
no.
over Bradley Bill. But Chris Paul is not going to start.
Well, you're gonna have two non-defensive guys in the starting lineup if that's the case.
I think Bill can play D. I just think
Can he? I don't know. I haven't watched Bill games, so I don't know if his defense is like
man,
that.
Bill's a dog, bro. I've always
Bill's a
liked
dog.
Bill. I've always liked
Okay,
Bill.
I'm gonna take
It's
y'all
always
word
this
for it.
thing. It's always this thing when East players go to the West. Like when East players go to the West, like they always have an adjustment period because like the West is more skilled than the East. So like when it takes guys to come from the East a little bit. Like there's guys who are dominant in the Eastern Conference. When they go over to the West, it's always like that. I think he needed just to get an adjustment, and also, you know, he wasn't getting no touches in Phoenix. So them basketball players, bro, you don't get no touches, you ain't playing no defense. That's just how they are.
Yeah. I think he's a upgrade from Norm if we get Bill.
Absolute upgrade from Norm. He's taller. He's more. He has more. Well, they kind of score in a variety of ways when Norm wants to, but Norm's definitely. Bill's definitely an upgrade from Norm.
Yeah, they might. That's why I think they probably waiting because they gonna probably use that mid-level exception on him over Chris Paul. Depends on what CP does. If they can get both, that'll be a dream if they get both.
Man, that'd be crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That would definitely move the needle for sure. That would
Yeah.
make me feel a little better with having Harden on our team.
Hey, what's left? What's left on an extension of 14 on a mid-level exception?
5.
5. Oh,
Yeah.
Bill ain't coming for no 5, bro. He's not coming for 5. I thought we had 14 for him. He's not
You
coming
use
for
that on
5.
Brooke Lopez. You lose like 9 of that on Brooke Lopez.
Yeah,
That was
he
another
ain't
good
coming
pick
for
too.
5.
Getting Brooke Lopez was good too. I like that.
I don't know, bro. Brooke Lopez is 40 years old.
He can shoot that thing though for a big.
So the accident guy come in for what? What are you gonna play? 10, 12 minutes a game?
See, I think that was cool. He was starting over in Milwaukee, right? Wasn't he?
You know, he ain't starting over Zoo.
No, I know he ain't gonna start over Zoo. I'm just saying, like he started over there, so I see if he getting less minutes, that should be good for him since he older.
I don't know, bro. The
Probably
West
get
is
more
different
out
than
of
the
him with
East.
less minutes, right?
These guys in the West is running, man.
Yeah.
It ain't no
I don't
banging
know, man.
ball, slug it out like they do in the East. In the West, these guys is running. Jared Jackson, Şengün,
Yeah, that's
uh,
true. That is true.
Sabonis.
They're just younger, bro.
Yeah,
That's
these
why I
guys are
was saying,
running.
like, I hope they play Yannick, man, because like I don't see well all these young guys, you know what I'm saying? Like you saying, they running and shit.
Yeah, we gotta see if Yannick can play though, bro.
Yeah.
We gotta see if he can play.
I'm gonna be watching the little summer league, just on our guys, to see how they is.
Clippers fans should, bro. We need to watch these guys. I'm hella happy Norman's off the team. We got something good for him. Well, we'll see if something's good for him because Collins been turned down the last couple of years in Utah.
Well, shit,
Remember,
man, Utah ain't
remember
never
Anthony
doing that
Edwards.
anyway.
Anthony Edwards almost ended his career. So I don't know how. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with that.
I hope it breathes some new life in him coming to the Clippers.
Yeah, contender.
He like Matt said, he seems like a good professional. So you don't hear nothing about him in the locker room. So hope he just come and do what he needs to do. Honestly,
I'm hella happy. I'm hella happy, man. Norm has been all flash, no show, man. I'm happy,
it's
bro.
crazy, man. We all thought he was gonna thrive too when Kawhi came back. I think Mass was probably one of the ones I was saying like how he gonna fit when Kawhi and all them come back, but. Yeah, Norm really let us down, man, towards that second half of the season and the playoffs.
Yeah,
To be
the
honest,
playoffs, man. The whole second half of the season, he's missing his shots, in and out the lineup. Like This motherfucker he go to the All-Star game, All-Star weekend, shooting 3-point contest, all of a sudden his knee hurt. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Man, he missed like 3 weeks right after the All-Star game. I mean, All-Star weekend. Like, this nigga, man, I'm cool on that nigga, bro, for real. I'm cool on Norm. You know, he California, West Coast nigga, man, but still, bro, he leaves a lot to be desired. So
Yeah,
what I'm
if he
hearing
even
is,
would have got half of what he was playing in the first beginning of the season, I mean the first
for
half of the
real,
season, we would have definitely took Denver. If
for
he was
real.
even shooting even half of that. Oh, but hey, even that's neither here nor there, man. We just hope that the Clippers just get better. I like I said, hope we just try to get Bill or CP3, man. I don't know who else is out. Like I said, I try to tell BJ about what's his name. For they just went to Portland. Oh shit, what's his name? I just had his name on my tongue. Oh Lord, he was just playing with the Celtics, a point guard.
Oh, Drew Holiday? Not Drew
Yeah,
Holiday.
yeah. I was thinking like maybe we could try to go get him.
I mean, at this point, bro, all these guys who 10, 12 years in the league, man, I don't think we should be looking at them. Like, these guys are old, man. Like, this is a new league. You guys got like Anthony Edwards. You see all these long young guys coming in, bro. We need players who can play, who can run.
Mm.
We need players who can run, in my opinion. All these 40-year-old motherfuckers expecting them to do something. Nobody, no sport ever thinks an old person is gonna, like, you know
I'll
what
be
I
trying
mean?
to. I'll be trying to get a few of those pieces from OKC or Indiana. They got some young
So
dudes over there. Yeah.
I was looking for Zion, man. I was looking for Zion. I wanted that dude. I think he would have killed for us.
2 times I heard you talk about old ass Lopez and the West runs, which is about if the Clippers play defense like they're supposed to play defense, then the team is, you feel me? They're not running, right? If the offense is
Well,
making shots and they're taking the ball at the basket, then the team can't run like that. I get that they're going to run on occasions because it's basketball, but there's ways to stop that, and there's ways to make sure that Lopez is going to be effective. And I think Homeboy made a great point where you're not asking to play 20-plus minutes. I don't think so. Like those 10, 15 minutes that Zubac's not on the floor, you get the best version of Lopez in that little stretch, hopefully. And so he ain't got to be special, bro. He's there just to give Zubac a break. And when he gives him a break, he's giving you guys' offense a different look because Zubac can't space out, right? This guy can. One thing he can do is shoot the basketball, and you can go down to him in the low block on occasions, and he'll give you the occasional hook shot over either shoulder. So I get it, bro. He's old. He's washed a little bit. We both agree on that. But let's just hope that, James and Kawhi and these guys utilize him the right way. And so if they do that, then I think you get a lot out of Lopez in short stretches that will be pivotal, for wins and losses, in my opinion.
Well, I just think it's a different game in the East and West, and you won't have the legs to shoot those pick and pops when you're running up full speed back and forth trying to get back. And our
What do you
defense,
mean?
our Lopez, I don't think he had a leg to be effective on
But
those
why is he
shots.
sprinting back and forth consistently if you guys are playing good defense and getting good offense?
Well, Ty Lue and Lawrence Frank said our defense got figured out in the second half of the season and in the playoffs.
It was still good, though.
So
It was still good.
I don't think so. We
I
lost
mean,
all the best teams we played. Every time we played a good team, we lost them.
do you know where their defense fell? Second half. I mean, did they?
Yeah,
fall?
it was stats. It was stats, bro. But when you watch the games, we wasn't stopping anybody.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's last year, so you got to be able to get past last year and look forward, bro, because it's a different team and you got some different personnel, and so all I'm saying is this, and here's where IQ comes into play, right? I mean, you're a James Harden guy, you're a Kawhi guy, right? So if you know that Zubac is younger and he can run, when Lopez is in the game, don't be so quick to push it up real fast. let your big man get back and get set. And
We never
honestly,
push it up. That's the problem.
well, if y'all don't push it up, then why are you talking about running and gunning then?
On defense, bro. People running back and forth. They taking quick shots.
Yeah, but the game's
getting
not
back and
played,
forth.
bro. But the NBA game is not played running up and down like you make it seem.
Did you watch OKC?
Are you playing OKC 82 games a season?
But that's the way the league's gonna go, bro.
No, Mike, 2 times. I mean, Deuce, come on, bro. Like I just said, the game's not played that way consistently. Yeah, fast break is a part of basketball in the NBA, but a lot of times teams ain't just in transition constantly, bro. Like,
But it's not just transition, bro. It's back cuts. It's sprinting to spots and all that stuff. It's not just transition, bro.
Okay, bro. If you're talking
I'm talking about running, bro, like
cuts and
sprinting.
stuff like that, then that's more so like in a half court set.
But it's also sprinting and running, though. It's not just like the regular jogging you may do.
Man. I got you. And also, too,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? One thing that Brooke does give you guys is I don't mind sometimes I call it the trail 3. And if you go watch Milwaukee play last year or the last 4 years with Brooke, they do a great job. He does a great job kind of like not sprinting back on offense. And the big man kind of he's programmed to get back in the paint or fall back. And Brooke will come and shoot the 3 ball because the big man's too far in the paint. And so, you know, like there's different schemes that you can do with him. And again, bro, he's not playing major minutes in my opinion. He's going to play, obviously, but I don't think he's going to play major minutes like that. So again, I mean, let's just wait and see what it is, man, right? Before we make an assessment. I mean, it's a weight game. And so we'll see, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they're off to a good start. You know, John's a good pickup. There's still more moves to be made. And, you know, but you said a lot of negative things about Norman Powell, which they're valid, right? I mean, if that's your opinion, but why you don't have that same opinion about James Harden, though? Everything you said about Norman Powell, I can argue that James Harden is the exact same thing and probably worse.
I don't remember James Harden dribbling the ball off his foot.
And, I do. I do.
Okay, can you give me an instance?
Yeah, I saw James Harden throw an inbound pass in late in crunch time. Y'all lost the game. I saw James Harden dribble the ball off his foot in the corner. You lost the game. I saw James Harden hold the ball by the sideline. Homeboy swiped it off his foot, going the other way. Game over. And so, I mean, yeah, Powell had some bad turnovers. Powell didn't play well. Some say he pouted because his role changed. Cool, bro. Fair game. But everything you said about Norman Powell, Deuce, like, can't you set up for James Harden, bro?
Hell fucking no.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Hell no.
Okay, bro. Okay.
James Harden, the guy with the ball in his hands 80% of the damn time.
And that's a problem. Okay. And that's a problem.
That's the coach's decision. They trust him with the rock.
It's still okay. I mean, but is it a problem?
I don't think it's a problem.
You don't think James Harden with the ball in crunch time is a problem?
Because guys were having career years with James Harden.
Did they have a career postseason? When it mattered?
Yeah, it's not when he was still doing the same things, giving it to him.
Nah, when he was turning the ball over, not being aggressive, not playing.
I don't remember James Harden turning the ball over in the playoffs.
You don't remember
I remember Kawhi Leonard turning the ball over in the playoffs. I don't remember James Harden. I think he had like a couple of games with 1 turnover.
You know, if we can't even acknowledge the mishaps of an NBA player and just call a spade, then we'll never get nowhere, man. It's like, dude,
that's your opinion, though, bro. You haven't came up with any facts about James Harden turning the ball over in the playoffs.
How can it be an opinion when we can pull film up and we can see the crucial turnovers?
You guys are the number guys, right? You're a number guy and stats guy. Pull the stats up. How many turnovers James Harden had in the playoffs?
I got 2 eyes, bro. What'd you say?
No, you can pull the numbers up and see how many turnovers James Harden had in the playoffs.
So what if I told you? Oh, okay, cool. So then, can you tell me what he averaged per game, turnover wise?
What, about 4 or 5? Yeah, he was out there doing shit.
Okay, hold on, Juice. Respectfully, bro. You just say he averaged 4 or 5. How many assists did he average a game versus Denver?
9. Against Denver? I'm not sure.
Can you
I'm not
guess?
sure.
Can you guess?
What,
I'll
7
pull
and
it up.
8? But he didn't. But he didn't. 7 and 8. But he didn't average 4 or 5 turnovers against Denver though.
I just asked you that. You said that. I just asked you that.
No, I just said in the playoffs. I mean,
Okay.
during the regular season. No, he didn't average 4 or 5 turnovers in the playoffs.
Gotcha.
So he
6
averaged
games.
18 points, 9 assists, 5.4 rebounds, and he averaged 3 turnovers.
Okay. So 8 turnovers. Okay, so you know what? 8 assists, 3 turnovers. That's not a 2-1 ratio. That's not bad. I mean, if he was around 6 assists, 3 turnovers, then I would knock it. But 3 turnovers, 8 assists. Okay, cool. So then
Is that the playoffs number?
That's the playoffs.
Yeah.
The
So
playoffs
let
number.
me phrase
Yeah.
it this way.
I think that's inflated because I think he only had one game with like 4. I think game 1 he had like 4 or 5. The other games he was having like 1.
Nah, bro. It's on your screen, bro.
Oh, it's on the screen. I'm not looking.
He had 4 games where he had 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
In the playoffs?
Yeah.
So Deuce, what if I told you that those, sometimes it's not how many points you score, it's when you score. It's not how many assists you have, it's when you get the assist. So what if I told you it's not about how many turnovers he had, it's also more about when is he turning the ball over in crucial moments, crucial times. To that you say what?
I agree with you on that, but I don't think James Harden was turning the ball over at crucial times. In some games in the regular season, yes. Those Phoenix games, yeah. A couple of games, but I don't think that James Harden was turning the ball over in crunch time.
Well, I think you guys getting a backup point guard is vital. Go
Well,
get it.
if you're not going to play him, it doesn't matter who the hell we got.
That's true too. And if you're going to bring in Bradley Beal, you know what I'm saying, and you're going to play Beal and Harden at the same time, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Beal is a better Powell. Beal is a catch and finisher. That's what he's always been. That's when he always been good. With John Wall, when John Wall was giving him the ball and shit, Beal wasn't bringing that ball up. Beal was catching and finishing.
I know, but Bill is, Bill looked like a guy who lost confidence these last couple of years. But maybe a change of scenery, maybe a different team, maybe he can exercise some of those old ways and get back to a deep Bill.
He wasn't getting the touches in Phoenix. That's what the problem was.
He got enough touches, bro. He just wasn't producing. I mean, we cannot listen, bro. It's okay to criticize him and say he didn't play well. Like, we ain't got to say
he didn't play. He didn't play well, but there's reasons why.
He didn't say he didn't get enough touches, bro. Like, we can just say he just didn't play well, and that's okay. That's cool.
To me, that's why.
Oh, so for you, that's why?
Yeah.
It's because he didn't get enough touches last year?
That's what I believe.
That's what you're gonna point to? Is say he didn't get enough touches?
I think he's still a baller. I think Bradley Beal's still a baller. Is he even 30 yet?
I mean, listen.
31.
I mean,
he's 32.
In Phoenix,
32, okay.
In Phoenix, his first year, he averaged 14 shots a game, and he averaged 13 shots a game last year. But you're playing with Devin and Kevin.
For a guy who gets 20 shots a game.
He's not getting 20 shots a game while playing with Devin and Kevin, bro. That's just not good basketball. It's not. And so you have to listen, bro. There's a pecking order, right? There's a pecking order. I mean,
I understand that, bro.
Yeah, there's a pecking order. And so Kawhi's gonna get his shots. So okay, so you think Bill's taking 14 shots a game on the Clippers, playing with James, Kawhi, and Zubac?
Norm did.
Oh, okay. So then, okay. Hold on, bro. Be consistent, Deuce. So then, would you say that Norman Powell didn't get enough touches?
For what Norman Powell does, he did get enough touches.
Oh, okay.
Especially during the regular season, the first season. I mean, the first part of the season, first half.
The first part of the season,
he was getting 20 shots a game.
The first part of the season is going to be skewed because Kawhi wasn't there, so the shot attempts go up. So I mean, that's disingenuous. So for what Bradley Beal brings to the game last year and what was asked of him, you don't think 13, 14 shots is good for him?
Nah.
Playing with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker?
Nah.
It's not. Okay. I got you.
Maybe he feels he's better than Booker.
Huh?
I said maybe he feels he's better than Booker.
Okay, well maybe Norman Powell feels he's a better scorer than James Harden.
But he
So
can't.
why
Though.
didn't? So then
He can't.
So then why didn't Norman Powell get more shots than James Harden?
When? During the first half of the season?
No. Deuce, listen to what I'm telling you, bro, because you keep asking questions with I'm asking you a question. Maybe Norman Powell thought he was a better scorer and a more efficient scorer than James Harden. And he wasn't getting more shots than James Harden at times.
He was a better scorer. He was a better scorer all year.
Yeah,
and
this year, but all he was doing was catching and shooting though.
So what is
Bill? He was
wasn't
catching and shooting. He was attacking gaps. He was scoring in the clutch. Like he was,
but he wasn't bringing the ball up. He's just a scorer. That's all he is. He don't play no defense. He's lost, bad cuts, can't dribble.
That's what you pay him to be a
rebound.
Scorer, though. That's what you pay him to be a scorer. That's what they paid him to be a scorer. Like if you can do your job efficiently, if that's what you do efficient, that's your job. Like that's his role. If he can do it at a high level, that's his role.
But he's supposed to be the addition by subtraction. All Paul George didn't do was just score.
Well, I told niggas that at the beginning of the season, but people didn't want to listen to me. So now that you see that what it is, now people are saying it wasn't. I'm not going to disrespect Norm, but I said that at the beginning of the year he ain't PG, but niggas didn't want to listen to me.
Oh,
I know he wasn't
that's
PG.
big facts, though. I just thought the Clippers were better before they start trading all them pieces away. I thought Kevin Porter Jr. was adding value on defense.
Never should have traded man.
And Mo Bamba and Kai Jones, all that length, size, and athleticism.
Bamba was cooked. Kai Jones, you should have kept him.
You could still add Mo Bamba could still add value at his what you're gonna.
He wasn't
pay
back
him.
from his injury. All he wanted to do was shoot threes.
You don't give up on the guy, bro. He's still somebody that's like 6'11", down there 7 feet, who can get rebounds and contest at the rim.
But he couldn't do that shit no more. All he was doing was picking and popping. He couldn't play defense anymore. That's why they traded his ass.
The Clippers don't know how to develop their talent, so he can do that if he go to the right situation under a team that's gonna develop him. If you put him on
another
OKC,
team, he went to another team and they cut his ass too. And nigga can't
so
play
what team
no
was
more.
that? What team was that?
He went to another team that somebody else. I think Philly picked him back up.
Yeah,
and they
he's
cut
still
him.
young though. Philly don't know what the hell they're doing. So
he's cooked. Yeah. His injuries cooked him, bro. Can't move.
He's still young. That dude is young, bro. What you mean? He's
a couple of years back. He need a couple of years off. Rehab his knee. He can start moving again. He can't move anymore. Yeah, that's what I feel.
What do you
that's
think?
what I seen.
So what you
think? I think about what?
About the Clippers and this offseason, these moves.
I think we moving at the league average pace. I don't think the Clippers are that far off of being a championship team. I don't think we are.
I agree. With the addition, with the acquisition with John Collins, I do agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think we're that far off. Like,
they're not that far off.
So what
they might have to figure out this James Harden and Ty Lue
last year we
situation.
was top 3 seeds the most of the year to Kawhi came back. Then we went on a little losing streak around the playoffs. I mean around the All-Star.
What y'all missing, bro?
And then y'all finished the season strong. Real strong.
Yeah, we finished the season strong.
So if y'all not far off from contending, then what is it that you guys need to put y'all right there with some of the better teams?
I thought some more younger athletic pieces. Okay. Maybe John Collins helped that with younger people who can run up and down the court.
Yeah.
I want to see what Jordan Miller can do. We can unleash him. Left hand score. Left hand score. Hard to beat.
But the Clippers don't develop talent. So
young guy. Left hand.
We used to.
Yeah, he's the answer. I know. Mm-hmm.
No, man, they had the top 5 defense in the league last year. It's just James Harden and Ty Lue always fails them. They need to figure that part out. Because I don't think if you can get the healthy Kawhi from the beginning, of course they're going to low manage him. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he just needs somebody else that's a go-getter. Like, that's why I say go get Kuminga, bro. Like, that's a go-getter.
So Lazy, you just said it, bro. If Ty's there and Harden's there, then how are they close to a championship? Then, like, they're not close.
It's addition by subtraction. That's how I say. You got
I
to
Okay,
feel
so
figure
we
we
that
can
close.
get
those
rid of
two
that.
out.
If we're
So
going by the basis of last year, we lost to a team. We lost to a team that took the champion 7 games. So we
mhm.
ain't that far behind them.
What that mean? What that mean? Styles make
I
fights.
mean,
I don't
it
see it
means
that way.
yeah.
You wasn't
Okay,
taking
well,
OKC 7 games, in my opinion. So I mean, what that
Yeah,
mean?
I don't
okay,
think that the Clippers would have took OKC
Right.
7 games.
okay.
They
Every
probably would have
game,
lost in 6, maybe.
every game we played OKC, we had a 10-point lead. We end up losing
Eh,
it.
Right.
And okay, it's a game of runs. It's basketball.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. So we ain't that far from
Okay.
them.
No, I
We ain't
feel
that
you
far
on
from them.
that.
I remember
I feel you, but you got to look at how the
one game we
team is
played.
constructed, though.
One game we played. James Harden didn't even play. We had like an 18-point lead in
Okay.
OKC. So we
Okay.
ain't that far from them.
And what
We ain't that
happened?
far from
Okay.
them.
I
And what
We
feel you on
happened?
that.
lost.
Oh, okay then. So the
I
better
feel
team
you.
won. I
But
mean,
OKC getting better next year because they getting more experienced. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna help them.
Well,
And
we'll
they getting
see.
a couple players back. They getting that one European dude back who was injured all season.
We'll
So that's
see.
gonna help
I'm
them.
I'm I'm not that I'm not that I'm not that
If you
impressed
think
with
you're gonna win
OKC.
with James Harden, bro, you're mistaken. That dude does not equal championship level basketball. So
Well, that's your opinion. Well, that's you guys. You guys are Harden haters over here.
what do
I'm
you mean
not.
opinion, bro? Like,
no,
I
we're
mean,
just
like,
Harden. We're
I
just
mean,
Harden realist. We're
you
just
keep
Harden
saying that,
realists.
bro.
That's all.
But when you say our opinion, bro, like, do you have evidence to prove the contrary? I mean, show me some, bro.
What do you mean? He hasn't won a championship.
So that means that Leezy's right. He's not
But
like
but
he's
but the
not.
teams
Uh-huh.
who beat him go to the
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
championship though.
The teams who
like
beat him go
like
to
What
the
does that have to do with
championship.
anything?
You talking
yeah
about when he was in Rockets,
What does
Miles?
like the
that mean?
yep or Dallas last year.
Or what about when he was in Philly? Did that team
Right.
go to
What
the
does that mean?
championship? Who beat him? I
Didn't
don't get it.
didn't Boston beat him?
No,
Didn't
that was
I'm
Boston
not
go to
sure.
get the
Dalton.
finals?
But
No,
what does that mean?
Miami
Because
went to the
they beat him,
finals that
but they
year.
still lost. I mean, I'm confused.
It's still lost, bro. But you know what I mean. This nigga, I don't know, bro.
Did
I
he
don't
just
see the
say the
same
Clip?
things. I
Did he
don't see
just
the
say the
same thing with
Clippers?
y'all.
Did he just say the Clippers as good as the Nuggets?
Yes.
Fuck no. Y'all a regular season team. Y'all not good. I've been saying that.
What's your team?
I'm a Celtic fan.
Fuck out of here. I don't know what you want me to say to that, bro. The
No,
Celtics,
no,
bro.
no, 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 no.
You weren't
No,
talking
no,
to
no.
me.
Kawhi played
Like, what you
Kawhi
want
played
to
good game 2, 3, and 4, but he ain't did enough though. Like them stats y'all showed on the screen earlier, those is cute. But what did he do in the defense end? Because he didn't stop nobody.
Kawhi or
Defense, he
James?
held this. You want to put on the screen too?
Go ahead, because
You
who was
you
stopping
talking
James
about
Harden?
Kawhi or James?
Nobody was
Kawhi.
stopping the rest. Come on now.
Kawhi?
He can't guard the whole
Zubac
team.
was the best player.
That's it. He
That's why
can't
I was
guard the
like,
whole team.
Zubac was the best player on the floor to me. Because he held his own against the best player on the floor. That's a fact.
How the fuck is he the best player, T Squeeze? He only averaged 17 points.
What do you mean? Zubac did on both ends of the floor. He made didn't he make
Zubac
first
had
team
a
all defense?
He had a
He
good
made
series, but he was not the best player on the court, bro.
Zubac had a game where he had like 1 rebound. And then
when?
game 7, what was that, game 5? He had
He,
like 1 fucking rebound.
yeah,
Hold on, let me go back. I was telling Zubac.
they torched Zubac in Game 7, bro, because Harden and
Yeah.
Powell
Oh
couldn't
no, I know
guard,
game
bro.
7 he played like ass. I knew that.
Kawhi
Him,
the only one that showed up for Game 7.
7. Kawhi and Derrick Jones Jr.
What about Norm? Didn't Norm have like 15 or 12?
Norm
Fuck
cost us
no.
game 7.
Hold on, let me go back.
You didn't,
I didn't
you
watch
didn't
game
watch the
7.
fucking game.
No, no, no. I
Norman
know y'all
cost
got
us
blown
game
out. I
7.
didn't watch game 7. Hold on.
Yeah, Norm had like
Norm had
9
5.
points.
Norm had like 5 straight turnovers, bro, that ended that fucking game for us
Yeah.
in that third quarter. Norm gave up a 15-0 run by himself.
Yeah.
Cool on Norm, bro. UCLA, you know what I mean? San Diego, West Coast nigga, I'm with all that, but I'm cool on
Both
bro.
had 12.
What, in the fourth quarter when the game was over?
Bogey was get
Bogey
him
was
off
cool.
the team, bro.
Bro, he used to be able to shoot. What happened to him?
He can
I don't
shoot,
know.
but he ain't got no pressure on him.
Oh, same shit with Austin Reeves. Got it.
Reeves got some dog in him though.
Yeah, Reeves can dribble. Reeves go dunk on you. Reeves ain't Bogey.
Yeah, I like Reeves.
I like him somewhat.
Yeah, I like Reeves too because he's not afraid of the moment. Make or miss, he gonna do what he do, and I've seen him look off LeBron and Luka and say, "No, I got this." And so players like that, I respect a lot. You feel me? We can argue, should he be taking the shots as far as a pecking order goes, but I like Austin's mentality. He ain't scared to take and make big shots.
Zubac had 10 and 14. What do you mean he had 1 rebound?
In game 5?
You said game 7, Zubac had 1 rebound.
No, I didn't. I said game 5.
Let me go back.
But the Clippers are definitely on the right track, bro. On the right track, and let's just see what they do moving forward, Deuce.
Yeah.
There's more moves to be made, bro. So buyouts, bro. Hey, I'm not sure I've ever seen a summer where so many good players, great players, however you want to, verb it, are getting all these buyouts.
Yeah.
Teams ain't just they not dealing with it, bro. I mean, a lot of guys are getting bought out that at one point were deemed to be, very, very good players, and so
Look for the Paul George buyout.
Nah. I
Listen,
think
I would
look for the Paul George buyout.
On the Sixers, bro, I would buy out Embiid first before I buy out Paul George.
They're not gonna buy out Embiid.
I'm not getting rid of Paul George, bro.
Hold on. What you mean, Deuce?
They're not gonna buy out Embiid. They love Embiid.
Oh, they buy out
over
Paul
there.
George for it then? Because I mean,
They don't like him. I said that shit when he first went.
And they
he'll
like
make it
Joe
there
Embiid?
1 year. Yes,
They like Joe Embiid. How?
they do like Joel Embiid.
I know that.
He's one of theirs, bro. Paul George is a West Coast nigga. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He ain't turned up. He ain't turned up. He cool.
And when did Joe
Paul
Embiid
George ain't coming back to Cali, bro. He gonna finish his career in Philadelphia.
And when did Joe Embiid turn up in Philly? When did he?
Joel Embiid always turned up, bro.
He ain't been past the second round, and you call that turning up?
Didn't Kawhi beat him for the
Man,
beat him
just
for
answer
the
question, bro. He ain't
final?
been past the second round.
Bro, what do you mean
What
he ain't
does
been
that have
past
to
the
do with
fucking
the
second
Clippers?
round? He ain't been past the second round. Didn't Kawhi beat him in the conference finals to go to the championship?
Did he play Kawhi Leonard every postseason? No, he didn't.
Bro, but you say he never been past the second round. But the point is, you say he never been past the second round.
Yeah, I said that.
That's the point.
Okay.
That's
And
the
so
point.
is that
It's
turning up to
false.
you? Is that
It's
turning up to you?
false. I think Joel Embiid's a turn up.
The Raptors had everything Kawhi needed, and they won 60-some games that year. Y'all keep acting like the Raptors was trash.
This is sports, and we say it's about winning, and that should be the ultimate goal. And
That's what you guys say.
OT Weezy.
The sports is about
I give
getting
an
that
example
bag.
of a player who's winning past the second round, and all of a sudden, that's turning up. But that's turning up.
No, the example would say he said he never did. You stated a straight lie, a fallacy, a
What do you mean,
falsehood.
bro? What that lie about?
You say he never been past the second round.
When did he?
When Kawhi beat him in the conference championship.
No, you're lying. Kawhi beat him in the second round, bro. He played the Bucks in the conference championship.
He played the Bucks. They beat the Bucks in 6 games.
Yeah, the Bucks. Oh, yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah, I know I was wrong, man.
Embiid lost Game 7 to the Celtics, the Hawks, and the
This is crazy, Mike.
and the Raptors. He lost 3 Game 7s.
Argue with me about,
But it wasn't his fault though that year. It wasn't his fault when he lost to the Hawks.
This man
Or the Raptors. It wasn't his fault though.
Come on, man. It was his fault, bro. Joel Embiid's the best player. We blame him.
Bro,
That's what
Kawhi
y'all
hit a
do.
lucky ass shot, and what is he supposed to do about Ben Simmons and Tobias and Matisse Thybulle and Tobias?
I don't care about none of that, bro. We blame the best player.
Because he only care about what ESPN. He only care about what ESPN say. That's why.
This is crazy.
ESPN develop these narratives.
Hey Maz, hey Maz, I ain't gonna lie, Maz. I like this John Collins move because Clippers got a
I
real,
do too. It's a good
real
move.
athletic four. You know what I'm saying? He could post up. They just hope Ty Lue don't try to put him at the 5.
You know what, Ty
He
Lue?
ain't gonna do that. We got Zoo.
Oh yeah, I got Brooke. You know what I'm saying? I see where BJ was going while putting Brooke at the 4. I disagree with that because he gonna grab rebounds, but who he's gonna guard? Because everybody think they're the 2016 Warriors. They want to run small balls and still because Brooke is
He
gonna
the
get killed in
perfect.
transition and he's gonna be too slow chasing them fours. I'm telling you because it's not really real fours playing the four.
Dog is
It's
the
like
perfect
threes
four.
playing the
Dog is the
four. You know what I
perfect
mean?
four. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. He the perfect four, bro. He athletic. He's 6'9", bro. You could damn it. Who he
No,
can't
no,
fuck with?
no. But y'all gonna get killed on defense in transition. That's my point.
How?
He's
He
too
ain't slow.
slow.
He not
He's
slow,
too
bro.
slow.
Dog, he not slow, bro.
He couldn't
You
even
say
have
Brooks
it.
not slow?
He could,
No, he
that
talking
nigga.
about Collins. He talking about Collins.
No, not
Oh,
Collins. I'm talking about Brooke Lopez. I never said Collins.
Oh, Brooke Lopez coming off the bench, bro.
No. BJ said he don't mind. The Clippers should start Jack Collins not Jack Collins. Brooke Lopez at the 4. I said I completely
Oh,
disagree.
yeah, I
He's gonna get
disagree with
killed in
that too.
transition. He's too slow.
Yeah,
When he was
yeah,
with
I
the
had
Bucks,
disagree with that too. I
he was
disagree
scared to
with
go in the
that.
post. He kept
Yeah, I
shooting fucking
definitely,
threes.
yeah.
He
Nah,
wasn't
I knew that
rebounding.
wasn't gonna work. He's not
He
one of
haven't
those
played
type of.
defense since 2022,
Yeah,
bro.
nah, exactly. Yeah,
Let's just hope he played defense and rebounds with the Clippers because his ass, bro, he was scared to post up little guards, little fours. He was just shooting dumbass threes. You know what I mean?
But
So
he can't. He
Giannis
can't
and Portis
because
have to
he
bail
got to
him
be with
out.
Giannis.
You said what?
Giannis, he can't be in the paint when Giannis is there.
he make the second group better though. He make that bench lineup better. Now you got a 5. He
Definitely.
stretched the 4. He stretched the floor. I mean, come on, man.
But
Cliff
I ain't
just got
but
dangerous.
I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna lie. I could say y'all better than the Lakers right now because with this move definitely put y'all above the Lakers for sure. If y'all healthy, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. I
Y'all
looked
roster not
at his.
bad. Y'all
I looked
got
at his little. I
The
looked at his
Lakers,
stats.
get the fuck out of here, man.
And I looked at his stats. I see he
y'all,
injured often, so hopefully he can stay healthy.
wait. You don't 2X. You don't think y'all better than the Lakers?
I do think everybody's better than the fucking Lakers, bro. Fluka ain't all that, bro.
Okay, my
Fluka's
fault. I
some
thought you
kind of
disagree
game
with what I was
changer.
saying. Okay.
Everyone's better than the fucking Lakers,
Hey, bro.
man.
I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. Anybody that you go get that has to have a ball in their hands like a Luka or like a Westbrook, like what they went and did, that shit not gonna work with LeBron. That's why they looked like shit last year. LeBron, in order for Bron to be himself, bro, he gotta have a ball in his hand. That shit don't work with 2 ball dominant players, bro.
Yeah, that shit weird.
I don't think
Rapid,
LeBron's as ball dominant as he used to be.
originally,
He's not ball dominant like that no more.
You know how many teams? You know how many teams like that? That's how I was like that shit was weird, bro. Because you know how many teams would have gave up draft picks for fucking Luka? The only team they reached out to was the Lakers and the Timberwolves. They called the Timberwolves first, right? The Timberwolves is like, okay, I mean not Timberwolves, the Mavs. What's that guy named? Nico Harris is like, all right, let's do it. Luka straight up for Ant-Man. No
Hell
draft
no.
picks. And then he said, hell no. Did you
Hell
not see what he
no,
did?
bro.
He had the most blow bys in the fucking playoffs last year. Fuck no. Then he hit the
Hey,
Lakers. Rob Pelinka got desperate and was like, yeah. The future. Yeah, let's do that. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
they didn't call nobody but the Lakers, man. Nico and Rob Pelinka are best friends. They didn't call
Yeah.
nobody but the
yeah,
Lakers.
that's a Laker move though. You mean if you really know basketball, the Lakers gonna get them. You know what I
But
mean?
the
They gonna
Lakers
keep a
had no
superstar in
assets
LA.
though. You
That's
traded
a
for a top
mistake.
5
That
player
was a
with no
mistake for the
assets.
Lakers.
How is that possible? And then that's how the Mavericks
Because
was in
they're
the play-in.
friends, bro.
Exactly. Listen, Adam Silver had a big part in that motherfucker.
Hey, ain't you a Celtics fan?
Yeah.
You know how Kevin McHale gave Danny Ainge fucking
Exactly.
KG.
That was like
I
a
was
lie.
You know how this shit
I was
goes.
hearing that. I was hearing that.
Yeah,
Herm
that was
kept
What you
telling
mean
me
you was
that
hearing
shit.
that? They play games like that all the time.
Yeah.
When Jerry West gave Paul Gasol for Kwame Brown,
But
like
then y'all
people do
not.
shit like that.
Wait.
Hey, but
Jerry
then
West
y'all
is in
not
Minnesota.
peeping.
I
Y'all
mean
not
Memphis.
peeping how Dallas
I'm
end
talking
up
about for
getting
the
the number 1
Lakers.
pick. Hey, y'all didn't say how Dallas end up getting number 1 pick.
No. I
Now
was gonna
that's
get. I was
Adam
gonna get to
Silver right
that. I was
there.
gonna get to that.
That's
So
Adam
Come on,
Silver.
man.
they was in the
That was all a
play-in.
play right there. That was a
They was
play.
in the play-in.
They was in the play-in. They won 40-some games, and now how you get drafted them the first pick? Why you didn't give it to Utah? Why you didn't give it to Charlotte, Brooklyn? Because
Come on, that was
Cooper
a
Flag
play
need
for
to
the
go to
league,
Brooklyn.
bro. That was a
You want
play for the
Brooklyn to be
league,
trash?
bro. Listen, bro, that was a play for the league. Put Luka in LA in a superstar city, bro. They need him. Bron getting old. You always have somebody out here that's a
When,
young superstar, bro.
man, just look, you know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy? When Wemby was supposed to go to Detroit or the Rockets, but they rigged the Rockets.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Look, that's another play by the NBA. They know. Look, they know Pop know how to work with big men. So we need this big dude to come over here and work. We don't need nobody to blow it. We don't need nobody to not know how to work with the dude. Send him to Pop. Pop gonna get him right. That's all that is, bro. The league is structured like that, bro. They got
Now
people.
Pop ain't there. Now Pop ain't there no more.
The owner's not really tripping like that, bro. You feel me? Unless you're an owner that got bread already.
That's why I tell
Hey,
people.
if you're a bottom tier
Don't give
owner,
a fuck about that shit.
if you're a bottom tier owner, you getting money off viewership. You feel me? That's where your bread coming
These
in at,
players
bro.
and
So they
owners
want to
don't
make
care
sure the
about winning
league
no
got as much
championship.
viewership as possible.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Y'all both Clipper fans, right?
Yep.
How you feel about OKC giving y'all a first round pick at the last minute?
What you mean giving us a first round pick?
No, because remember y'all don't have a first round pick till like 2030 or some shit like that. But BJ told me it was
No,
a pick swap.
we swapped. We swapped. It's pick swaps.
Yeah, we got
bro.
some pick swaps and shit like that. It ain't like we ain't got no picks. Some of these drafts we got, we got the pick swap. Some of them they gonna take the first round pick. That's why it's taking so long to give up.
Let's say we don't control our first round pick.
There we go. That's the way I was gonna say. So basically, the only first round pick y'all control is probably the one from 29 or 30, right?
Yeah.
But then the other ones is pick swap, so it's really up to the teams. The other teams, like, okay, should we take the Clippers pick? If not, we can give it to the Clippers, and then we take their pick next year. Like, that's what that mean?
No, it's like whoever has the lower record. Whoever has the higher pick.
Look, we gave him seven first round picks, right? We spaced them out. Look, so you might go 2 years, you got to give up your first round pick. Then you go a year, you get to keep your first round pick. Then the next year, you might do a swap with your first round pick. That's how the shit is.
Right. Okay, for sure.
And we gave up 2 first round picks for Harden too.
That was dumb as fuck. He had no value. He killed his value when he left Brooklyn.
He bought value. You wouldn't make the playoffs without Harden last year. You wouldn't been in no playoffs.
Nobody's giving the 2 first round. Y'all getting the 2 first round picks out here. Like y'all got picks or something. Like y'all got players. Nah, bro. I wouldn't even do that. Harden. Nobody's giving no first round picks for Harden.
He still got value. He showed you that. He led the team in scoring. He led the team in assists. Come on, what else you want him to do?
Nobody wants him. Y'all could just offer him what he wants.
I don't know who's saying that, bro. I don't know who's saying that. When I go to games, I see a lot of Harden jerseys. I don't,
No, I'm not saying you don't got a fan base.
bro.
I'm talking
There's
about
a couple
owners.
people up here on this app saying that. That's it.
The fans. No. The fans had nothing to do with the owner. If that's the case, bro, Harden would have been on a different team.
No, it wasn't, bro. We wanted Harden. Harden wanted to stay here. We wanted him. He wanted to be here.
You think if Miami would have offered Harden a bag, which they got money, you think he would have went? He for sure would have went over there.
Nope. Nobody's going to Miami,
home, bro. Bro is at the end of his career, bro. Why wouldn't he want to stay home? He from LA, bro. Your house is here, bro. You getting paid. Ain't like they said, hey man, we only got a couple dollars for you.
Yeah.
They paying you a nice piece of change, bro. You feel me? Harden. That's one of he one of the NBA players that had made a lot of money, so he ain't really tripping on the bread like that.
And he still can get max money. He got 40 a year.
Yeah, he still got 41. That's what I'm saying. Ain't like the bread wasn't right. He could be like, hey, I'm cool on it. Somebody could have offered him. I don't really need the 50. I get to stay at home, be close to family, all that type,
Yeah, that's fine. I fuck with Harden.
You got to think what type of player you getting. You know what I mean? Even though, you know what I mean? He at the end of his career, that nigga's a global star. You know what I mean? That's a lot of viewership right there.
Hey, JM Twinkie
talking y'all care about being a global star more than winning? That's cool. I mean, I thought y'all was trying to compete for a championship.
Don't twist it. I'm just describing Harden. You feel me? Hey,
winning basketball games, bro.
Hey, Maj, he helped us win 50 games. We don't win 50 games without Harden, man. Let's keep it a buck.
No, that's the fact. I agree with you, Mike.
Absolutely.
He always does that. He always does good in the season. Like that's not
Right.
that's what he always do.
Hey, BJ, you know you gotta play good in the season to get to the playoffs.
But I don't need that, bro. The Clippers don't need the season. They've always been a good season team.
It's like we all know what's up, bro.
Hey,
Now for them to really be championship contenders, they gotta go get Bill. If they go get Bill, they need that other scorer. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck. In the playoffs, he gonna step it down a little bit.
Hey,
He ain't gonna be that scorer.
Hey, Mike, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just got a BJ question. Hey, BJ, so how much money did that free up since y'all traded Norm for a cheaper player?
Collins make more than Norm.
Yeah,
He
the
does?
only thing we can do is do the
Yeah.
mid-level exception, which we only have $5 million. So
And I say Bill ain't coming for no $5 million.
But Bill still gets paid his old contract, so I don't think Bill's really. I think Bill wants to win. He come off.
Bill, they talk about buying him out for $20 million. I think he got like 80 million or something like that left on his deal. He talking about taking a $20 million buyout. That's what I read.
I heard
on
the
Twitter.
video say he owed $100 million, but he only got 1 year left on his contract. That's why I'm like, how the hell he owed $110
million? Yeah, $110 million.
Yeah, and BJ made a great point. Like, don't just look at the $5 million because guys that get bought out, they're still getting paid from their previous teams. So that's
but you buy out a number significantly less than what your contract is.
No, I got you, bro. I got you. But it's not like Bill's making just $5 million this season. He's making way more than that. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be all right, bro. If he wants to win, then he'll make the right decision. He'll make the right decision.
Or if he wants his bag like the rest of the players do, he'll do what's better for that bag.
What team can he go to that can give him a bag again? I mean,
a lot. Orlando got money. Utah got money. A lot of teams got money.
Yeah, I think he wants to win.
Yeah.
I will hope he do, but
Hey, BJ,
I don't know too much about Bradley Bill.
BJ, so who's taking up y'all salary? Did you ever you should do a video breaking down the salary on how y'all can free up cash.
Harden, get rid of Harden. You can free up salary. And I'm being serious because I mean Kawhi and then Tim and then Zubac.
BJ, y'all should have did what the Bucks did. Y'all should have got younger, got rid of those old players, built around Kawhi and Zubac, and then just sign younger, cheaper players. Y'all would have been cool.
Let me look at this salary.
You see what they did? Hey.
Because y'all offer Harden way too much money. His value is not high.
This is what I'm going to tell you, G. Hey, they created $60 million for 2026 and salary cap.
You talking about
27? No, we 27.
The Clippers just freed up $60 million for next year.
Where?
With Kawhi and James off the hook.
No.
The books.
Kawhi and James are going to be playing in 2026. They off the hook in 2020.
Wait, I thought Kawhi got 1 more year. I thought he on the second year.
Yeah, they're going to be playing
two plus one.
Next year is last year.
This is the breakdown right here.
Hold on. Listen, they're going to play in Kawhi and James is on the hook for 20 and 26. They free agents in 27. With John Collins and a bunch of these other dudes that's on our roster, we in 2026 we create $50 million. I just seen that.
Kawhi, this is the salary right here.
Yeah,
so Kawhi is guaranteed to 26, 27, and they're going to extend Kawhi again. Harden got a player option. He got a 1-and-1. Norm is off the books. Bogey's making $16 million. That's money we can free up. He making more money than almost as much as Zoo.
Yeah, we got Zoo on the steal. We got Zoo on the steal.
Yeah, we got Zoo on the steal. Hey, Zoo supposed to be getting like $30 million. I don't know who his agent
he knew that.
I don't know who his agent
He knew that.
But I think he.
What's Zubac contract?
When him and T-Man signed those extensions, they were working in the money like that. So they could trade. They could be tradable contracts.
Wait, so what's Zubac contract?
Hey, let me ask y'all this: do y'all think he could average 20 and 10?
He got to. He get the touches.
Talking about Zubac or Collins?
Yeah, he was close. I'm talking about Zubac.
Oh yeah.
He got
If he get
to.
the touches, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He
20 and
should
10.
be
Hey,
at
20 and
20.
10.
If
He's
he
supposed to
have
be
it,
paid way better than
No,
that. He's
bro.
supposed
he
to be
should be
making way.
20 and 15.
If
20 and
Ben
15.
if Bam could average 18 and 20, no, if Bam could average 18 and 10 and make an All-Star, Zubac for surely can. Because Bam made the All-Star because of his defense.
Oh, he's starting to get the recognition now. No, I
Because
heard it
Zubac,
during
Zubac at
the
least average
playoffs.
16 and 12, he's definitely making an All-Star, bro. If he don't make an All-Star, it's
No,
rigged.
we need 20 and 15 from him. That 10 rebound shit, nah. We need 12 to 15 rebounds from him a
No,
game.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying it, and I'm just saying in terms of how his contract should be. If he averaging 20 and 10, he should be getting more. Paid more than 18 million.
Hey,
Yeah,
BJ.
the Clippers fleeced him.
BJ.
His agent did that. His agent fleeced.
Who's better, Zubac or Aiden?
Say that again.
Who's better,
This nigga
Zubac or
crazy,
Aiden?
man.
I'm gonna do
What
what
kind of
BJ
question
said.
is that,
He
bro?
saying Zubac or who?
That's close. That's close.
He saying Zubac or who?
Or Aiden? That's
Aiden.
close. That's a close
I ain't gonna lie.
DeAndre Aiden? Is he
Like
talking
a
about
year,
DeAndre
2 years
Aiden?
ago. If this was 2
Zubac is
years ago,
better.
DeAndre
if
Aiden's
this
more
was 2
What you
skilled
years
talking
ago, I
about?
would have told
Who
you
has
Aiden.
more skill?
Hey, but right
Aiden
now
got
Aiden,
it's
more
Zubac.
but
skill.
It's Zubac
Zubac is
right now.
better though.
Yeah. Zubac got more skill than that nigga, too.
No, he don't.
Nah, he
Not even
don't.
a
No, he
Yes,
little
You
bit.
don't.
man,
Stop
crazy.
it.
you
You
No, he
crazy,
crazy.
don't.
bro.
You
No, he
crazy.
You
don't.
crazy
You
as hell,
crazy.
man.
Zubac got
Zubac
Aiden
more
has
just won.
more
skill.
Only thing,
skill than
Right
and
and left
DeAndre
hand.
DeAndre,
Hey,
Aiden.
that nigga
yes, he
finished the
No,
do.
he
right
don't.
and the
Look,
left.
you done lost your
You better
mind, bro.
stop playing with him.
Right left hook, right hand,
Hey,
left hand hook,
and his passing
and he
BJ,
is
and
up
he
there
Aiden.
too. And his
and
passing
he
is
had the
even up
jump
there.
shot. Only
Stop it,
thing
bro.
Aiden was
He's
better than
better
him
than
was
Aiden, yeah,
athleticism.
Jump
but
shot than DeAndre
he
Aiden, bro.
doesn't
Bro,
have
DeAndre
more
Aiden got a
skill
post
than
game. He
Aiden,
got a
bro.
pass.
Stop.
Yes, he do,
He
bro.
have a
You
mid
niggas is
range.
crazy.
Why?
What are you
Because he
talking
can hit a
about?
left hand jump hook. DeAndre Aiden can too. What's your
No,
point?
he can't.
DeAndre can pick and pop
He,
too. Can Zoo do that? No.
No.
I heard he
Okay
could.
then.
Does
I
Zubac have
heard
a
he
mid range?
could.
No.
DeAndre Aiden can hit threes
Does Zubac
too.
have a
Can
shooting game?
Zubac
No.
do that?
I
No.
heard he could. I heard from plenty of players that he could. But Ty Lue
Aiden
don't let him.
Aiden was a second. Aiden was a first pick. That should tell you about him. That dude's a
About
first
his, if
pick
you watched him in
lottery
Yeah, he
college,
was
pick.
you
the
would know.
first
But
pick.
y'all don't watch players like that. So
Hey,
I watched him in the
BJ, he
NBA.
was the
In the
BJ, that nigga
NBA.
was the first round pick with Anthony Edwards and Luka Doncic in the draft. Don't forget that.
And y'all talk about how
Yeah,
these GMs don't know how to put
Aiden was
together
a
a scout
Salute
team and
skills. My
scout.
guy
Y'all
skills.
say every day, every show, y'all say that these niggas don't know talent and know what they doing,
What's up,
and
Ma?
that just shows you right now. You're gonna pick him over Anthony Edwards and Luka and all the and Trey Young and shit. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, he was doing his thing in Phoenix. He was doing his thing in Phoenix, though. To be honest with you, they went to the finals with him as a center. He just really, to be honest with you, when they made Devin Booker and Chris Paul the focal point of offense. Monty Williams should have put him as the focal point. If you want to be honest about it, like
I don't
Aiden
think he's
was.
that good. I'm sorry.
I think
That's my opinion.
skill wise, he's good as anybody. Skill wise, I think he's better than as good as any center.
I ain't seen it. I ain't up on Phoenix like that, so I can't sit here and speak.
BJ,
But
if you think about
I
it,
ain't seen it.
any young
Yeah, if
core
you ain't
KD
seen
goes
it,
to, he
then
ruined.
you can't speak on it.
Brooklyn,
The hell?
Phoenix.
If you ain't
Hold on,
seen it, bro.
let me get skills in.
My bad. My bad.
Let me get skills in. No, you good. Let me go with skills. What's good, skills?
What up, BJ? Salute to the panel. Bro, I think it's a solid move. You know what I mean? I ain't just crazy about the move, but I think it's a solid move. I think anything that moves Kawhi back to the 3, I think it raises the Clipper ceiling just a little bit. I don't think, they should be championship favorites or nothing like that, but moving Kawhi back to his natural position, adding in a very serviceable 4 who can stretch the floor, who athletic, coming in with the right mindset. I think it's helpful. You know what I mean? And then
And he young too.
yeah, he only 27, so you know what I mean. That's prime age. You know what I mean? He's stepping into his prime, so I think it's good that we got him. I don't know. I mean, what I'm not liking is I'm trying to look at the lineup now because like I'm trying to see who it'll be like because you know I hear people keep saying Bradley Beal and I'm cool with Bradley Beal, but I just don't see how he will work in the starting lineup. Now that we gonna have Collins at the 4, because at that point, who is the point of attack defender? Kawhi? You know what I mean? We can't have Kawhi being the point
Y'all
of
definitely
attack
got to make
defender.
Bradley Beal. Y'all got to make him the 6th man. Y'all definitely got to make him
Yeah,
6th man.
I mean that's the only way that I can see it working. You know what I mean? And
With
it's
Harden,
not that.
Kawhi, and who else?
Yeah, because like you gotta think if we run the 5 that we have with Zoo, Collins, Kawhi at the 3, and then we have James Harden at the 1 and Bradley Beal at the 2. Like I said, I just don't know if Kawhi gonna be able to be the point of attack defender for
Wait,
a whole season.
did y'all trade Bones Hyland?
Trey who?
Did y'all trade Bones Hyland?
Bones. Yeah, man, we been got our Bones Holland.
Okay.
Yeah, he been gone. But I mean, those would be my only thing. So I'm gonna sit back and see what moves that we got left to make. But like if I'm sitting in the front office and I'm looking at the moves that I need to make based off how we just performed in the last playoff series, then I think picking up Collins was a good move because we lost to Denver because we got out rebounded. It's real simple. We got out rebounded. They was bigger than us. They had, and when it came down to a pivotal rebound, we didn't get, and that's a lot to do with size. So I think we addressed the size issue. Now we need to address the consistent second scorer issue, and that could be with Bradley Beal. But I just don't think Bradley Beal needs to start. And if he comes over with the mindset that he wants to start, I can see that being problematic throughout the season.
I agree with that. Bradley Beal can still score though, but you do need a point of attack defender. You don't want to keep putting all these non-defenders around Kawhi Leonard at this stage. And Kawhi Leonard's in his career, he's not going to be the primary point of attack defender. He's still a really good defender, but if you can get somebody to be like his Scottie Pippen, like that was Paul George, but y'all don't have him anymore. So I still think y'all can go get a Kuminga, bro, in my opinion. But I mean, that's just I had to keep reiterating that. Like y'all need somebody else that's going to be able to put pressure on the defense and then can play on the other end too. You know what I'm saying? So DeAnthony Melton is out there. I don't know if Lonnie Walker can maybe be that, but I like Chris Dunn. Chris Dunn is like the poor man's Lou Dort. Like as far as his on-ball defense, like you know what I'm saying, he's not a good spot-up three-point shooter like Lou Dort, but I think it could work. You know what I'm saying? If you put him and John Collins on the floor at the same time.
10 to 15 minutes.
They probably the same to me, him and Lou Dort.
Who?
Chris Dunn and Lou Dort.
The same what?
At 3-point shooting.
Come on, man. Stop it. What are you talking about, bro? Dude. You just be saying anything, bro. Chris Dunn's 3-point shooting is nowhere near the level that Lou Dort 3-point shooting is, bro. What are you talking about?
Okay. What's Lou Dort? Look, what's Lou Dort percentage? He at 45%?
Why we keep going to 45%? He shoots about 6 threes a game. Chris Dunn only shoots about 2 to 3 threes a game. Of course, his percentage is gonna be better. Stop looking at percentages,
so
bro.
Which is
that don't tell the whole story.
The same, then.
It doesn't tell the whole story. Lou Dort is a better 3-point shooter, period. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think so. So, okay. I think they're about the same.
Okay, they're the same.
Lou Dort is not cash money. Lou Dort is not cash money for the
Okay, all right, you got it.
All right.
That's crazy.
If they was the same, nigga, then the Clippers would have won last year. But Chris Dunn couldn't make a 3 to save his life. So what are you talking about?
And Lou Dort was out there splashing?
Yes. They won the finals because Lou Dort was cashing. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. That's why where the niggas having 40-point games and shit. With Jalen Williams having 40-point games, but Lou Dort out there splashing. For sure.
Yeah, he ain't got to drop 40 points to be effective, though. I mean, he made some great
I didn't say he was effective. That's why I say I think it's the same.
Defensive plays, and he hit some big-time threes. And Dunn is a good player, but he don't shoot better than Lou Dort. Bro. Like,
I said it's the same. I didn't say better.
Ask Denver and Minnesota about Lou Dort 3-point shooting. They'll tell you.
Hey, Deuce, bro. you said here 2 times today, bro, and it says that you said once you said you're not sure about Bill because you ain't watched him play, but then you have an opinion on him on the Clippers, and then you says you made the same exact argument about DeAndre Ayton. So I'm saying, like, how do you
I
make
didn't have
these?
an opinion. I didn't have an opinion about Bill on the Clippers. I said I don't
He's
know.
I
straight
know,
ESPN, bro.
but you
Whatever
said
you see on
quote,
TV, that's what he
Yeah,
goes with, or
right.
quote,
whatever the media
without
tell
him,
him to say.
but you
That is
said
not
quote
me. That sound like
without him
y'all.
in
It
Phoenix.
don't
Nah,
sound
that's
like me.
you. That's
Damn,
you.
motherfucking that sound like y'all.
Yeah, I mean, I think Deuce is a diehard Clippers fan, and he's holding on to everything he can hold on to, Leezy, and that's cool, bro. I respect the
Yeah,
team,
that's cool. That's cool.
and he's, but at some point we gotta be realistic in our
Right, that part.
bro.
Be
And
I
realistic,
don't feel
bro.
like
Chris Dunn
I don't feel like
cool.
I'm
He's not
being
a better overall
unrealistic.
player than the fucking Luke Dort. Luke Dort's better
realistic.
defender and a better scorer, bro.
I
But
didn't say he was better than Lou Dort.
He won him a game against Denver.
I
With
didn't say he was better
SGA
than
and
Lou
J
Dort.
Dub wasn't hitting
I
shots.
said
He hit all those
to
three.
me their shots the same. You niggas putting words in my mouth. I never said
But
he
their
shot better
shot
than
is
Lou Dort.
it's clearly not the same, but it's not.
I think
I'm
it
just
is.
saying.
I think it is.
But you're not going off of any evidence. You're
Luke
saying
Dort
you
got a
think.
better offensive bag than Chris Dunn, and he's a better 3-point shooter.
I said the shot.
You can't leave Lou Dort open. You can leave Chris Dunn open. Period.
Exactly.
At times,
He
when
made
it gets hot, it
Minnesota
gets hot
and
though.
Denver pay.
You couldn't against that play-in game against Golden State. You couldn't leave Chris Dunn wide open. He was hitting threes that game.
He made 3 threes. Oh well. So what?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. At times, bro, he can shoot when he
I
got
know,
the
but that
confidence.
didn't work though. Teams still left him wide open.
When the confidence.
Yeah. And league-wide, Lou Dort shot is respected more than Chris Dunn.
Man, they
Like, I
leave
don't,
Lou Dort wide
bro.
open too, bro. It's
And
a
who be
No, they
fact.
don't,
making them?
bro.
So that's
No,
just
they
They
that's
leave
don't,
him
bro.
wide.
No, they don't.
Sometimes, Chris. Yes, they do.
At the beginning of his career, I would agree that
They
they
leave him
did,
open now.
but like the last 2
They leave
years, bro,
Westbrook open now. They leave Westbrook
bro,
open now.
they
They
don't
hit
leave
all his
Lou Dort
fucking
open,
threes.
bro.
And
They
Westbrook
don't
hit
leave
all
Lou
his
Dort
threes
open.
against us. He hit all his threes against us. And against OKC, he
Hey,
missed them all.
pull up his catch and shoot 3-point percentage, BJ. Somebody pull that up.
Bro, I don't even know why we arguing with Deuce time, bro.
Lou
I really
Dort,
don't.
his 3-point percentage. Pull it up. Catch and shoot.
Pull it up.
Don't argue with me.
In the playoffs.
It don't matter. Playoffs or regular season. He was cashing.
All right, here it is right here. %40.8%.
40 point what?
No, that's the wrong one. My bad. Catch and shoot, Lou Dort.
He was in the high 30s, I think. Had to be. He improved every season for his 3-point shooting.
I ain't pulling it up. Hold on. Oh, that's what it is. All right, hold on. Give me a second.
Sometimes the numbers don't do shit justice, though. So because that's what they call Lou Dort is a 3-and-D guy. They don't call Chris Dunn a 3-and-D guy because he can't shoot.
All right, here we go. So around 40 to 43% catch and shoot for Lou Dort.
Okay, now go to Chris Dunn.
All right.
Bro, I don't even know why we wasting our time arguing with Deuce time, man. Like, he
Because
still.
we just gonna prove a point so he could really just go back to the laboratory and understand the shit that come out of his mouth. That's why.
Yeah.
29%.
29%. So that's a whole how many percent? How many percentage points is that, Deuce?
Who's the 29%? 29% from what? From the field goal?
From 3.
Oh, catch and shoot
Chris
threes.
Dunn?
Chris Dunn, yeah.
Catch and shoot threes for Chris Dunn. 29%. Terrible.
What's
Come on, man. Stop it. Hey, Deuce, you say he was the same? He was the same as what? Oh.
He said he's the same player.
He said he's the same shooter.
No, he says
He said he's the same shooter, not the same player, the same
actually,
shooter.
You can just see
It's
it by
all
the eye
good.
test.
It's
He's
all
not.
good.
The eye test tell you that, though.
Lou Dort
That's
just
what I'm saying, bro. You can see that without even looking at the numbers, bro.
They trust Lou Dort to shoot them threes, man. I've seen Lou Dort shoot like 3-4 back-to-back threes, man. Like they trust him to shoot threes. They don't
In the finals,
trust
though, all
Yeah.
net.
They
On
don't
the
trust
road, too. On the road.
That's what I'm saying. Like when he first came in the league, his shot wasn't like that. But like the last 2 or 3 years, you can tell he put work. He put work in there, and people ain't just leaving him open. And when they do, he make their ass pay. You know what I mean? So it's like, but I was saying, but I don't know why we even argue with Deuce time. This man still think that James Harden didn't play him out in Game 7. So when you argue with somebody like that, bro, the logic don't mean nothing to him.
Right.
Logic don't mean nothing to him.
He did
We
say
got to
that.
be qualified to talk this hoop shit, bro.
He did say that. He said Harden played great. He said Harden, come on, man.
Yeah, like he still talking something. He blamed the Game 7 loss on Norm. Norm was shot shacking, but he ain't the reason we lost that game. Please believe.
Nah, he's not.
James Harden checked out early and then said, guess what? Sign me to a 2-year, $81.5 million contract with a player option.
Hey, and the Clipper gave it to his ass too, like some dummy.
Straight fleeced them. That boy James Harden been fleecing teams forever. That's why Gerald Morey said, nigga, I ain't giving you that money. You tripping.
Hey, facts. Hey, and honestly, if I'm being real with y'all, he the reason why I can't even get excited about none of these moves. Like, I know for a fact if we got him and Ty Lue coming back, bro, I don't give a fuck what players we got. Like, bro, we not overcoming that shit. Like, one of them got to go. You know what I mean? One of them got to go. You know what I mean? We bringing both of them back, bro. It don't really matter what moves we make. That's why it's hard for me to get excited. Like, I like the moves that we made, but I'm knowing the big problems is still on the team.
Hey, I would have signed Dennis Schroeder, to be honest. That's what I would have did.
Where is Schroeder right now? Who he playing for?
He went to Sacramento. The Clippers just need a point guard, bro. Who can the 3-and-D point guard? Somebody who gonna get somebody involved, and then you know what I'm saying, hit them threes.
What's wrong with Harden?
Who?
What's wrong with Harden?
Come on, man. Harden is a 3-point shooter off the dribble, but he's not a catch and shoot 3-point player. If Harden change his game up, bro, the Clippers can win, but we know Harden ain't gonna do that.
I think you made a great point, Skills, is that it's, as a Clippers fan, for you guys, how excited can you be with any move they make when James Harden has a ball in his hands and he's at the helm of the offense? He's dictating, he's facilitating, he's making key decisions, he's making decisive decisions in key moments. And so if that's the guy who you trust with the ball in his hands, like, how can you get excited for any move this team makes?
He definitely gonna hold the ball, and like I was saying, Miles, I would be even a little bit more excited if we had a new coach who I knew would check that shit. You know what I mean? But T. Lue, T. Lue proved to me last season that he gonna let Harden do whatever he want to do. He gonna let Harden do whatever he want to do, even if that means keeping the ball out of the best player's hand. Like we seen that. Like he had more touches than Kawhi. More minutes per possession than Kawhi. So it's like the coach is not even checking him. That's another one of the reasons why
Harden is the system, remember.
But bro, that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't mind if we signed Chris Paul, because motherfuckers say what they want to say about Chris Paul. I know that he'll check James Harden. If nobody else will do it, I know he will. And they could destroy the team, but somebody gonna have to check this man. He can't just have the ball for the entire shot clock and then pass grenades to people in the last couple of seconds, bro. Like, that's not a winning style of basketball.
Yeah, I agree. Try to see if Utah come up off Isaiah Collier. Go get Isaiah Collier for Amir Coffee.
I really don't want to get off of Amir, but it looks like it's heading their way.
Or go get Bronny James. Shit. Fuck it. Nobody want Bronny?
You said Bronny James?
Why not? I'm just saying he gonna play defense.
No. Oh no. Leave his ass where he at, cuz.
Skills. There's a comment in the section, and here's where I think people are they're not doing their homework, bro. He says, "quote Harden is low key all we have on the market for a guard option." No, he's not. Like,
Yeah,
why
no,
does your point guard have to be James Harden, bro? Like, bro, y'all could have got go trade. Why didn't y'all get Tyus Jones? He went to Orlando, right?
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
so don't act like James Harden is an end all, bro. Listen, like,
Cole Anthony's out there.
right, exactly. I mean, Kobe. I mean,
Hey, is you talking
Kobe
about
White,
Titus
but
Jones
he's a two guard
over
in
James
Chicago,
Harden?
right? And
Better
so,
fit.
exactly, it's not about
Yeah.
better than
Man,
James
I
Harden,
don't
bro.
want to
It's
hear
about
that.
who
I don't
fits
want no
better.
Titus
It's
Jones
about
over
who
James
fits better,
Harden.
right?
Is you crazy?
Right. It's not
It's a
about
better
who.
fit for the Clippers.
Right, bro.
No, it's not.
Guarantee you
No,
this
it's
much.
There
not.
he is.
No,
Hey,
it ain't.
Skills. Do you agree that Tyus
What's up?
Jones? What do you agree that Tyus Jones would have ran good offense and got the Clippers in the right sets at the right times
Over
last year?
James Harden skills.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Over James Harden.
over James Harden for sure.
Yes.
No question. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Now look, y'all gotta understand. We making two different arguments. Nobody is saying that he's a better player than James Harden. Nobody's making that argument. But we talking about fits for the team and what the Clippers need. And if what the Clippers need, old buddy would have been serviceable. He would have did what we needed him to do. You know what I mean? And he would have probably played a little bit of defense. So I mean, bro, I don't know. Like, anything but James Harden at this point for me. I know that he kind of left us in a no win situation where we kind of practically had to resign him. But midway through the season, bro, we can look to make some different moves. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't know about that one, man.
If you think you're gonna win with James Harden, bro, you tripping.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought he led us to 50 wins last year.
I mean, okay, he did. I say he did help get us to 50 wins, but like, what's the goal here, though, bro? What's the goal?
I don't look at Titus Jones and say, oh man, if I replace Harden with him, we win the championship. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna say
I agree
he
with that.
raised our. Yeah,
And that's
I ain't
why
gonna
you and
say
Lawrence Frank got the same IQ.
You say what?
That's why you and Lawrence Frank got the same IQ.
Hey, hold on. Let's talk about this basketball. Hey, cause I'm the same person told y'all we was gonna finish the season 13-2. When I looked at
You
that
did.
schedule, what happened?
You did.
What
You
happened?
did. You did.
You did.
Exactly. Then I just told y'all the other day. I said, man, look, Utah over there, they got a long. Utah jammed at the power four. I said, look for the Clippers to make a move. I guarantee you. I thought we was
They
gonna
were
get
supposed to
Marketing,
make
but they
that
went and
move
got
last
John
year, though,
Collins.
too.
Come on, man. I know basketball, bro. I've been watching it for years.
So you think you're gonna win a championship with James Harden as your primary point guard?
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I'm not going. I know for sure I'm not winning one with Titus Jones.
Okay.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna make the argument that Titus Jones make championship, contender. But we just looking at what the team
What
need,
about
bro. Like,
Davion Mitchell over there in Miami?
Davion Mitchell, I like Davion Mitchell. I mean, for
Mm-hmm.
a backup point guard though, I don't like him to start over James Harden either.
Okay.
Come on, if I'm gonna replace James Harden, give me a real star, bro. Give me somebody with star power.
You ain't getting that from James Harden. Not at
What
this point in his career.
What I'm saying, bro. And then if he played like he played last year, you could. Somebody would be thirsty enough to trade you if shit not working out over there.
What about Westbrook? Would you start Westbrook over James Harden?
Nah, I wouldn't.
Because
you get the same. You talking about James Harden turnovers? You get those same turnovers with Westbrook.
But
And then he
what
can't
about
shoot
the
no
defense,
threes.
though?
I mean, like I see, this is what I just had this argument the other day. James Harden not the best defender, right? But him being 6'5", he versatile enough to go. Hey, look, you can't go play. We can't put you on Donovan Mitchell, but go play. Who's they wing? Wade, I think. Yeah, go sit on Wade. You feel me?
Go sit on who? Oh, that ain't doing shit though. They just resting. Well, I need you to play defense, nigga, not to just stand around.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But I got a roster with defenders. It don't work
I
like
know,
that
but
all the
one
time.
defender can throw your whole team defense off. You got to have a roster full of people who willing to defend. When the Warriors wanted to win championships, they knew Curry had to start guarding and helping out on D. Not saying he's a great defender, but he's not a bad defender.
Okay, if we saying that, I see a lot. I seen a
OKC, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander defended.
Hold on. I'm saying I can name you a few games last year where I seen James Harden buy in, especially in the early half of the season. James Harden was bought in. He
Okay.
just got tired. He got tired at the end, bro. You're a
Yeah,
veteran.
and that's a mental thing. Like he checked out. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Hey, we can't use the excuse that he tired, especially when he wants the ball in his hand this amount. Nobody is making him have a high usage rate like this. This is what he wants to do. So on one hand, he can't have that high usage rate, but then we give him the excuse that he tired. You can't be tired if you want that usage rate. You know, so it's one or the other.
Skills. This why I say you go get Bradley Bill. You go get him. That's gonna help you with scoring.
Hey,
I'm
now
gonna keep it a buck.
I'm cool. I'm cool with Bill. I'm cool with Bill, Mike. He just can't start for us. He has to come off the bench. That's the only thing that I'm saying. I'm cool with Bill though. He can
You
come,
don't
but
think he could play the same? You don't think he could play the same role as Norman Powell?
nah, man. Because the question I'm gonna ask is, who is going to be the point of attack defender? It can't be Bradley Bill. We're gonna get cooked. It can't be Bradley Bill. It can't be James Harden. So that man's gonna have to be Kawhi. So we're gonna be looking for Kawhi to be the best player, score the most points, and be the point of attack defender. But I think that's too much. He can do it in spurts, but not for the, you know, unless they go super, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like just, you know, pay Bradley Beal for a couple of minutes in the first and then sub him out and put a Chris Dunn or somebody else like that in there. But like if we expect him to play high minutes with the starters, bro, that's too big of a defensive lap. Like Kawhi can't be the part of attack defender.
I would agree with that, right? If this was last year's roster. With this acquisition that they just got, John Collins, bro, that helped that, bro. You got help you got help when somebody blow past Harden. You got help back there, bro. That just because dude could play. He could block shots just as good as Zubac.
Well, you know what, Mike? I ain't even gonna die on this hill, bro. I gotta see. Like I'm a type of person. I gotta see what the shit look like. You know what I mean? I gotta see what Collins in the lineup with Kawhi and Zubac looks like before I can say definitely that Bill won't work. But like from the eye test, what you say?
Go ahead.
No. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I hear you now. I hear you.
All right, bro. 'Cause it's raining real bad over here. I don't know if my shit going in and out, but like, but just based on what I say from the eye test, I just haven't seen Bradley Beal play no elite defense for the last couple of years. You know what I mean? People can make the argument that's where he was and the people that he was playing with, but I just feel like that should never impact your effort or how you choose to approach the game. Because when the average fan or when fans are watching you, we not taking into account any of that shit. We just looking at you and seeing the product that you're putting out on the floor. So therefore, I'm always gonna put the best version of myself on the floor, regardless of what my teammates doing or what they may or may not be doing, because I'm not being judged off my teammates. I'm being judged off my individual play. So I haven't seen that defensive intensity that I need. And for us to get off of Norm and then bring in like a Bradley Beal to replace him, although I think Bradley Beal is a better scorer than Norman Powell, their defense is about the same. You know what I mean? So it's like we seen what they look like with Norm and James Harden in our backcourt. We know what they look like. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't think he should start. I think we should get him, but I think he should come off that bench. And you know, maybe we can alter stifle his minutes with somebody else and be quick rotation. So, you know, maybe Chris Dunn start or Derrick Jones Jr. start. They play 2 or 3 minutes and then you instantly sub him with Bradley Beal. But starting, bro, I just don't see it. But like I said, I still want to see what it looked like. I ain't gonna lie to you, because
if you're James Harden, bro, you can't let Christian Brown. You can't let him fry you. I'm just saying. Christian Brown averaged like 18, bro. Like, come on now.
But you gotta think. Hold on. Let me get back to that. That's Ty Lue with these goofy ass small lineups. You don't get smart, bro. I'm not getting smaller, bro. You had a Ben Simmons sitting on your bench who plays excellent defense, bro. You could have threw him. That's your X factor right
I know, but he
there.
can't score 2 feet away from the basket.
Hold on. Let me finish off. Now you would have had 2 elite defenders on the floor.
But James Harden is bigger than Christian Brown, bro. What are you talking about? James Harden is bigger than Christian Brown.
Yeah, but I'm saying I would have had extra elite defenders on the floor. If I know I got James Harden as a coach, I got to put another defender on the floor to back that up.
I know you had Batum on the floor.
Batum too old, bro.
All right.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Between
Hold on.
That's
You
not
had
between
what
Kawhi on the floor.
that's not what they were saying last year.
no,
You
no,
had Chris
no,
Bro,
Dunn
you
on the
no,
floor.
no,
look, I
what
know,
are you
no.
bro.
talking about, blood?
Listen. You had Ben
That
Simmons
was
on the bench.
all Will, bro. I'm sorry.
That's a
That
fact.
was
Bruh, he
all
didn't
Will. He
close
ain't got
out,
the will,
bro.
bro.
You can
I
have as
watched this
many great
nigga. I watched
defenders
this
on the
nigga.
floor as you want. You're
I
not going to
watched this.
win with James Harden if he don't give maximum effort. That's all I'm
Bro, I
saying.
watched this nigga Westbrook sky over James Harden's head, bro, on a rebound, and he's smaller than Harden, bro. That's just
Yep.
all Will if you want the ball. That ain't got
Yep.
nothing to do
Agreed.
with size, bro.
Agreed.
Look,
Agreed.
look,
Get out of here with that.
look. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Y'all know I'm a James Harden supporter, right? But you told, hey, you ain't telling no lies, bro. And it happened. I don't know what it is. He just disappeared, bro. We know that, right? I'm gonna give you this. This is
But
why I
but
fuck
Mike,
with you.
but Mike, here's the thing though, Mike. Like people be acting like shit just be happening for no reason. It's a rhyme and reason to everything. I was telling y'all at the beginning of the season, the man is playing too many minutes. He's 36, 37 years old. This ain't
Exactly.
2K. We don't have unlimited
Exactly.
stamina. Motherfuckers get tired. And y'all
Thank
think
you.
after a 70, 80 game,
Coaching.
80 game, 70, 80 game NBA season, y'all think when he go to reach for those reserves, it's not gonna be there. It's not gonna be there because his usage rate is too high. He's playing too
Exactly.
many minutes. I was
That's
screaming
the
that shit all
coaching.
season long. But it's coaching, but it's also James Harden. Because like I said, bro, he wants the ball in his hand. So if he wants the ball in his hand like that, because I've seen plenty of post-game interviews when we ask him about being old, he like, oh, I feel young. Oh, I can do the usage rate ain't enough for me. But it is something for you though, my guy. You can't do that no more. You can't have the ball in your hand for the whole time of a whole game for a whole 82 season and then think in the postseason you just gonna magically get this fountain of use and your reserves gonna be full. Bro, you use your reserves in the regular season. They not there no more. Then when you mix in the fact that he got a mental hurdle to get over as well because he's flamed out in multiple game 7. So the reserves are not there, and then he gotta get over this mental hurdle that he haven't been able to get over. When you mix in bad coaching and with not the right personnel around him, not the right size to rebound and do all these things, bro, it was a recipe for disaster. And we're gonna see the same thing again if he got the same usage rate and Ty Lue is bullshitting with the lineups. But the only thing I will say is it seems like the front office is removing his option to even be able to do the 3-guard lineup. Because now I'm not even saying shit, who gonna be the 3 guards?
Yeah, man, I just don't want to see it no more. I'm tired of seeing that shit. To me, it don't work.
But I think I removed that. I think they removed that option from him, bro. They're slowly removing the option of a 3-guard lineup away from Ty Lue to make him do some other shit.
It's like that shit got us killed in the game. With the game we lost when Aaron Gordon got the tip dunk. That shit got us killed with that little ass lineup, bro. And you
Bro,
got
we were supposed
16
bro,
players that match up on the goddamn fucking bench, bro. I don't understand Tyler, bro.
we were supposed to win that series 5-1. I'll tell anybody that listen that we were supposed to win that series 5-1, bro. Denver was only supposed to get one game. That's how that series was
4-1.
supposed to go.
You meant 4-1.
I mean, 4-1. It was supposed to go 5, bro. That's all they was supposed to be. That's all
That's
they was
it.
supposed to be.
No,
It
that's a
wasn't supposed to
fact.
go no farther than that, bro. But every game that we lost, bro, it came down to coaching. And then the
Hey,
last one,
listen, Skills.
game 7,
Listen,
will be the only one that I say that it came down to will because in game 7, them niggas just didn't show up.
listen, Skills. We lost to a rookie head coach, bro. Even though
That's
his
what I'm.
father, even though the dude's father used to be a head coach, Ty Lue, you got big game. You played in the NBA. You coached for years, and you get out coached by a rookie coach, bro.
Bro, he would
That
be
right there
fired.
alone let me know you don't know what you're doing.
Bro, he would
And
be
when it
fired, bro.
so look, can I say one thing? That's it.
Go ahead, G.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? So my point is, right? So when it comes to game 7, bro, your players have to take you home, bro. Fuck the coach. Just go ahead and get it done. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have Kawhi, James Harden, all them players. Just get it done. No excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like Ty Lue, y'all know Ty Lue was a terrible coach. After the Cleveland let him go, no one wanted to hire him for a reason. Like it was all LeBron and Kyrie. I'm telling y'all, man, easy. You guys got to get away of James Harden, Ty Lue, all of them dudes. Let him go.
Hey, I understand what you're saying, G, right? But if anybody in here ever hooped, right? when your coach, once your coach fuck up, bro, that shit fucks your whole vibe up. I ain't gonna lie. Once your coach do some goofy ass shit, bro, it fucks the whole vibe up. When them dudes was going, they like, damn, bro, we should have won this game. This shit going 7 games, bro. They whole spirit was fucked up. They knew they should have won that shit in 5.
Man, y'all should have been let Ty Lue go last year, man. Y'all messed up by just
Agreed.
keeping him.
Agreed. He should have been gone, bro. He should have got fired when the series was over with. And then
Hey,
now
when I seen when Mike Brown was sitting out here, I don't know why they didn't jump on Mike Brown. It would have been over for dude. After
they tricked, bro. He would have been
after the
fired,
game
bro.
7 collapsed, it'd have been over. Come on, we
Bro,
don't need your services no more.
You think me as an owner it's finna be walking around here like forcing your hand, like forcing you not to be able to play 3 guards. Like I'm getting people and picking up people so you literally can't run the 3 guard lineup because that's all you wanna run. But you crazy, you think I'm gonna be going back and forth with you about a team that I own. I'm gonna fire your ass. You're gonna be gone. And I'm gonna get a coach that understands how to coach the players that we have, bro. We lost the game to Denver because of a fucking rebound, bro. And when we had Nicholas Batum and fucking Derrick Jones Jr. and
he put some little ass. Come on, he put 6'4" and 6. Hey, skills. He put 6'4" and 6'5" on a 6'10" player that could jump out the gym, bro.
It makes no sense, bro.
Hey, y'all boys, Zoo did a great job on Jokic, man. Y'all should have won that series in 5 or 6 games. Like, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Next year it's not gonna be easy like that. Now Denver got better, man. If you can't beat them this year, how the hell you gonna beat them next year? We
just got better. Hey, we just matched up with this John Collins move. We
got better too. We got better too
with Denver. I want Denver now.
No, hold on, we got better.
But Mike,
not when James Harden playing with you for y'all, man.
Right?
Y'all
Yeah, exactly, dude. Because Mike just said,
man, y'all tripping. Y'all delusional, man.
Mike just said.
Hold on. Let him go. What'd you say?
Mike just said about 5 minutes ago that Harden disappeared. You said that, right? You said, yeah, he disappeared, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, then, bro, why would you ever think that y'all got a chance in the postseason when that guy's on the roster, bro? How?
Look. Okay, now let me rebuttal. You finished?
Yeah.
You finished?
Yeah. I'm done, bro.
My thing with us, bro, it was the matchup, bro. Now I got somebody that's 6'10", just like Aaron Gordon. If you really think about that, I'm talking about exclusively about that series right there. Okay. Aaron Gordon is the reason that they won. We didn't have nobody that could check dude. Now we got that. Because we checked Jokic. Jokic was checked.
So that's how you do that? I mean,
only pushback, Mike, is we did have somebody to check Aaron Gordon. I don't agree with that, but for whatever reason, Kawhi wasn't on him. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, skills.
We had 2 people that could guard him.
Hey, at this point in Kawhi career, I don't want him on Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon too physical, bro. I don't need nothing.
Listen, I agree with you, Mike. But when Aaron Gordon is getting off, you have to put Kawhi on him to cool his ass off, and then you can take him right back off. But when a guy get the rolling like that, bro, you either throw Kawhi on him or you throw Ben Simmons on him. But you got to throw somebody that's gonna master. But that's the point I'm making. We had 2 guys that can check him. Like so the fact that we had 2 guys that can check him, that means neither one of them would have got worn down if you would have rotated them guarding him. But the fact that we had James Harden guarding him made 0 sense. You get what I'm saying? So it's like
the fact that we talking about Aaron Gordon can't be checked and that like he was dominating is crazy.
I agree.
Nigga, Aaron Gordon isn't that dude. Even though he would give the Warriors problems too, but you have to look at how he scores. They just don't say, "Okay, Aaron Gordon, here, go get a bucket." That's not how you get majority of his points, bro. Period.
He be in the dunker spot a lot of the time.
He's being in the dunker spot, offensive rebounds, and he hitting wide open threes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Let me rebuttal. Let me rebuttal, bro. He playing with a center that's great, that could pass the ball, that could get him easy buckets, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's true.
We gotta account for that, bro.
But guess what?
True, but
you shut down all the role players and just let Joker go out there and score 50. That means you win the game. If that nigga the only nigga who dropping 50 and everybody else got 10, 12, you still win, bro. You got to neutralize the role players if you want to beat teams, bro.
Should have been on, dude.
Bro, we had
tired himself out. The Joker don't like to score like that. That nigga don't like to score. He gets tired trying to work for his shots, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Zoo was giving Jokic all he can handle this year. I don't care
That's
what
what I'm
nobody say.
saying.
He was giving Jokic all he can handle, bro.
That's
Jokic
what
had
I'm
his hands
saying.
full, bro. So the point I'm making
But it
is,
was the
bro,
Christian Browns and
agree,
Aaron Gordon's
and
killing
Eric
you.
Gordon,
So
exactly, and that's the shit that annoys me because we had the defenders to put them in to contain them. We had the defenders to do it, bro. We did, but like that's not the lineup that T. Lue was playing for whatever reason. He wasn't running those lineups. But I just hate the narrative that Aaron Gordon was dominating. He was not dominating a motherfucking thing. He was not dominating, bro. That's just not. That's just flat out not true. He was not dominating. He was getting his buckets just like G just said. He was getting his buckets from being in the dunker spot, wide open threes, getting rebounds, putbacks, things like that. But even those things are shit that he shouldn't have been able to do it because if you have a Ben Simmons on him or you have a Kawhi Leonard on him as first, I swear they cut a lot of that shit out.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a
One more
fact.
thing. I think the Clippers championship window just closed last year, in my opinion. If you look at the West now, so you see Rockets and Denver got better, OKC got better. You know what I'm saying? All them teams are better than the Clippers and the Lakers. I feel like they need to blow it up. Last year was the year you guys were supposed to trade James Harden and Kawhi. Now you guys are holding up to all our players, man. Just let these players go. It's over with. Same for the Lakers.
We got 60 million in cap space next year. We
That's
know
what
what
I'm
we
saying.
doing.
True, yeah, I agree. The Lakers, man, they need to let them players go. Luka, you're not going to win with Luka. You're not going to win with James Harden as your first options. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, y'all, but y'all got to let it go.
I ain't gonna lie. Lawrence Frank made me happy with that. He cleaned up. We got 60 million in cap space next year, man.
I mean, he working, bro. I want to see what the crabs out the window. I just want to see proper assessment of what I think the team gonna be.
Yeah, no, I like that because look, you got 60 million and you still got James Harden and Kawhi accounted for. You feel me? Let go do something. Go get you a superstar in 2026 that's gonna lead your franchise. And then in 2027, if James Harden and Kawhi, if they didn't play a good 2026, I'm coming new. Go give me some more new superstars. That's how I'm gonna play it if I'm Lawrence Frank and Steve Ballmer.
I
y'all
think
better
y'all
go
should
get
go after
Kuminga. I
Giannis.
keep saying it. Y'all better
Man, you
bring
keep saying
Kuminga over
Kuminga,
there.
bro. We don't want Kuminga, bro. That nigga trash.
You out your damn mind, fool.
That's
This
bro.
man crazy as hell, bro. Come on, bro.
That's crazy. But you want James Harden on your team. That's crazy.
Man, we don't want no
Man,
damn
y'all
Kuminga.
need
He don't even
Giannis,
play.
man.
Hey, he don't play on his own team.
Come
Why I
on,
want
bro.
somebody that don't play on their own team?
This is crazy.
Kuminga is overhyped, man. I saw him playing, dog.
Thank
He's
you.
terrible. He has
Thank
bad
you.
IQs. He can't
Nah, he
shoot.
ain't terrible.
Like, what do you need him for?
Thank
30
you.
million, and he asking for 30 million a year. yo, these
Bro,
players are
y'all don't
big.
know basketball, bro.
Man, you sound
I can
crazy.
tell you that right now.
You sound
Nigga,
crazy.
Kuminga was our
I
best
know,
player
ball.
off the bench when Curry got injured. He averaged 25 off the bench in limited minutes. What are you talking
There's
about?
a reason he
And
wasn't
he
playing,
guarded
dog. There's
Anthony
a reason for
Edwards.
that.
He cut Anthony Edwards' water all the way off.
That's all he is a defender, bro. A
No, he's
defender that's
not.
gonna
I
give
just
you
said he
15 and
averaged
16
25.
points a game.
Are you paying
Man,
attention? You can't guard Kuminga. His first step, hella quick. He's big and strong, and he's super athletic. What are you talking about?
like he ever
Team
averaged
gonna let
20
him
points
shoot.
in
He
the
can
league.
shoot. Like he's just
Hey,
like a
Kuminga
he
Vanderbilt.
can
you
shoot. Stop
talking to me?
listening to the. What are you talking?
You
Y'all
talking like he
crazy,
ever
bro.
averaged
I've
20
seen
points in
him
the
playing
league?
though multiple times. He's not
You
that
seen
good.
him play
20
what?
points in
Just
the
because he
league,
don't
bro.
shoot. Jimmy Butler can't shoot either. What's your point?
Eleazy. He ain't never averaged
Not
20
you
points in
comparing
the
Jimmy
league,
Butler
bro.
and Kuminga, bro. He's nowhere near
Jimmy Butler can't
defense.
shoot.
Jimmy
Are we
Butler
talking
has
about the
way
same
better
thing? We
defense
talking
than
about
him.
shooting, right? Jimmy Butler's still a Hall of
Shooting,
Fame player and can't shoot, right? Okay.
I would take Jimmy Butler all day, man. He
Man,
impact the game. Kuminga doesn't impact the game as other
So why
player
we lose
does.
then? Why did Jimmy Butler? If Jimmy Butler impacted the game so much, why did he only average about 16 points a game against Minnesota?
Cause Curry too old, man. Curry too old. That's the reason why
So
y'all
now you're
lost.
talking about his coaching when you just said it's on the players though to play. See, you contradict yourself. Come on, bro. Who you talking
I'm
to?
telling you,
You
man.
talking to the guru of this, bro. You can't
Y'all
speak
gonna
that
have
dumb
James
shit
come
to
Harden
on,
me.
and
man.
freaking coming on the same team, man. Y'all
Hey,
crazy, man.
Kuminga, he never even averaged 20 points a game in the league, bro.
Why he only get fucking 8 minutes a
Come on,
game,
bro.
bro? What are you talking
talking about
about?
pay him 30 million a season? Are you crazy?
Yes.
He's
Yes,
a
pay him
bum.
$30 million a season.
Man, he's a bum, man. I'm not paying that $30 million.
He's better than James Harden on both ends of the
$30
court.
million
Period.
gets fleeced. Hey, they got
He could do
fleeced.
way more than James Harden can do on offense. James Harden is just a
sound
step
crazy.
back, one
Man, I don't want to hear that
step
shit,
back,
man.
triple
You
step back,
sound
and a
crazy.
floater. That's all he
Man,
got. He don't have no
he
mid
can't pass
range.
like
Harden
that
just
to his
averaged
dogs,
23
man. What are you
points a game.
He
talking
don't
about?
have no mid range, bro.
Hey,
Y'all don't really
James
know
Harden
hoop
just
like
averaged
that,
22
bro. That's what I'm
points per game.
saying. Y'all not paying
James Harden
attention
just
to
averaged
stuff.
23 points per game, bro.
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
On
Kuminga
inefficient
never did that.
shooting.
Hey,
On any,
Kuminga
he
never
shoots
did
like
that.
23s a game.
Hey,
Inefficient.
Kuminga never did that before.
Kuminga scores 25 on efficiency, bro, because you can't stop him.
And what?
Period.
That's his 25 is career high.
His
That's what you're trying to
transition
say?
game is better than Harden. His
career high is
mid-range game is
25.
better than Harden. His
Hey, his
post-ups
career
is
high
better
is
than Harden.
25.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? And his defense is better than Harden. I just gave you 5 categories where he's better than Harden.
Man, what you saying? His career high is 25, man? You crazy. You can't score better than Harden. He can't shoot the 3 better than Harden. He can't pass better than Harden. Stop, man. Come on, man.
Hey, that passion shit don't work when you need to go get a bucket, bro. Stop it.
Come on, man.
That shit didn't work. When you needed James Harden to be James Harden, who was he? He was James Harden because he's fucking garbage. That part.
No, that shit worked. That pass
No, it didn't. He quit. He quit. When they needed James Harden to be the James Harden y'all think he is,
Hey,
he
how you
quit.
think Zubac got so good? He helped develop Zubac.
Really? Zubac was developing in a Laker uniform.
Man,
if you paid attention to his game,
You crazy.
James Harden didn't make Zubac.
James
What are you
Harden
talking
made
about?
Zubac better.
Zubac was already developing on his own, bro. What are you talking about?
Come on, man. He got in that pick and roll with James Harden, and
he was already in a pick and roll with LA, bro.
Hey,
he just got better offensively in the post.
Pick and
What are
roll
we
with
talking
James
about?
Harden, and he turned to a better player.
So why the Clippers lose then? Because Zubac.
Why he wasn't
Come on,
why he
man.
wasn't putting up those numbers before James Harden got there?
What numbers?
The numbers he averaged last year. Why
He was putting up numbers, probably not to that extent, but he was getting better. He's still progressing.
Nah. That's not
Zubac is
why
still
he wasn't putting up
progressing,
them
bro.
numbers, bro.
Hey, guess what? Zubac was on the court when James Harden wasn't on the court and was still impacting the game. So it's not all James Harden. So stop it.
No, I didn't
Just
say it
because
was all
James
him. I didn't say
Harden
nah,
passes
you
to
twisting my
Zubac
words
3
up.
times
I
out of
said
a
he
whole
helped develop.
48-minute game,
we
he's
was talking
supposed to
about the
be the best
passing. We was talking
developer.
about the
Come on, bro.
passing, and I was telling you his passing.
I didn't bring up
I was
passing. You
telling
did. I didn't bring up passing. You did. That passing shit is overrated, bro. Go get a bucket when I need you to get a bucket. Don't shy away from being a Hall of Fame player now. Why you want to shy away from being a Hall of Fame player now? You was a Hall of Fame player in Game 6 when you was dropping 30 points and then doing all them gestures and shit to the crowd and shit. But then Game 7, you want to turn into motherfucking Snow White nigga without the motherfucking glass slipper and all that. Cinderella without the glass slipper. I don't want to hear that shit, nigga. Go get me a bucket.
Hey, look at the screen, y'all.
Hey, and those numbers ain't gonna really do Kuminga no justice because guess what? You gotta cater to fucking Steph Curry. You can't even play. You can't even be a great player unless you Kevin Durant on a team with Steph Curry because you gotta pass the fucking ball to Steph Curry instead of going playing basketball. That's why Steve Kerr is a fucking idiot. If he wants to maximize Steph Curry's career, less is more. Use him, nigga, as a regular point guard, traditional, setting up the offense, play decoy, feature Jimmy Butler as a primary scorer, feature Jonathan Kuminga as a primary scorer. But you want to run around, you want to run a 38-year-old around fucking 100 screens, getting grabbed, getting held, you know what I'm saying, getting pushed down to the ground, and you still think that he's going to have the same impact? No, because guess what happened? Hamstring injury. Guess what's going to happen next year if he don't tweak the offense? Achilles, knee, ankle, it's all coming. It's all coming. I promise you it's coming.
Yo, E, what wasn't he the 3rd leading scorer on the team? Kuminga?
Who? Kuminga?
Yeah.
He was the leading scorer in the Minnesota series. He was the leading scorer in that series because Steph Curry got injured. So
the regular season.
Series.
About the regular season.
Regular season, I don't think he was a 3rd leading scorer. I think it was Brandon Podziemski, I think. Or it was either Brandon Podziemski or somebody else.
for Buddy Hield. Because Kuminga didn't get no minutes. But when Kuminga got minutes before he got injured, you've seen the impact that he had. Before he went down with that ankle injury, Kuminga, you've seen the impact that he was having on the game. And then we traded for Jimmy Butler. And then all of a sudden he say, oh, Jimmy Butler and Kuminga can't play together. That's the dumbest shit that I've ever heard in the world. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Two big wings like that. That's a match made in heaven. Two big wings like that.
That's like saying Paul George and Kawhi Leonard can't play together. That's like saying Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen can't play together. That's the dumbest shit in the world.
Yeah, it sounds like something Steve Kerr wants to keep Kuminga out the offense because he doesn't fit with Steph Curry. That's what that sounds like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the Warriors are going to be just what the Lakers are when you keep trying to feature like them old ass players as your primary guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to get up off of that and develop the younger talent. Even with the Clippers, you got to let Kobe Brown and Jordan Miller, let them guys go.
Right. I'd like to see Kuminga get more output. I think more so I just need to see him get more reps. If I bring him onto the Clippers, I want to see what he's like with more reps. He got to have more.
If you feature him, I think a couple years ago we featured him where he dropped. I think he went on a scoring streak 8 games in a row where he averaged 25. Being in the Aaron Gordon role, he played in the same role Aaron Gordon played in, the dunker spot. He was getting a lot of backdoor, a lot of alley-oops, a lot of drives to the basket. He hit a couple of threes here and there, but he wasn't a primary three-point shooter. But they're trying to turn him into a straight catch-and-shoot three-pointer, and he can average 30 a game if you just feature him as a primary guy. That means I'm going to run sets for you every time down the floor. If I see you in transition, I'm going to get you the ball because we know your athleticism and quickness in transition. Nobody can guard that. They just try to keep these players in a box when there's so much more than that, bro. And I disagree with that.
I mean, he definitely got the mentality. Kuminga, I think that's more.
He's a Kobe guy, bro. That's another Kobe guy.
Yeah, he got the aggressiveness to want to score the ball, so he's going to score just off of his mindset. So what you think he needs to improve on, though, like to be a second option, because that's where he would need to be over here.
To be a second option, I just think that he needs to improve on his IQ, his understanding of when to attack and when to set guys up to score. His like being a shot creator. So meaning, okay, if I see that if I see somebody else that's a mismatch, or if I'm somebody that got a smaller guard on me and then it's a big coming out, I'm going to call for that guy to come set the screen. So now that I got the bigger, slower guy on me where I can use quickness and athleticism to cause defenses to collapse on me, and not for me to score, but maybe spotting up somebody in the corner like a Curry. Guess what, Curry? I can get you all them 12 threes wide open, but let me be the primary because I can create all of that. You feel me? I can create all of that that attention. If I draw the attention, guess what? Steph Curry get wide open. Guess what? Buddy Hield wide open. Podziemski wide open. Jimmy wide open. But they still try to run everything through Curry when you got players that can go. Like, you know, it just I don't understand, bro. He has no IQ. And then his spot up catch and shoot 3-pointers. If Kuminga was to just catch the ball without the hesitation and just catch and shoot in rhythm, then I think that's another area where he needs to improve on, because sometimes he's indecisive. Do I drive? Do I shoot? Do I pass? Be more decisive in what you want to do. If you're going to drive to either get to the rack, get to your mid-range, or kick it to draw attention and kick it, and then you roll through the lane, you come off another screen, and then that's your catch and shoot. So he has to just be a little bit more active instead of standing around. But again, that's Steve Kerr's offense. If you put Jonathan Kuminga on a different team, bro, where they say, okay, Jonathan Kuminga, I just want you to be Jonathan Kuminga, you'll see his development. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's hard to see any player's development on the Warriors. You're not going to see it. Jordan Poole was great in that championship season, and then they said, okay, Jordan Poole, we're not going to play you anymore because we're still trying to hold on to Klay Thompson. What are you doing, bro?
We got rid of James Wiseman. We don't know how to have players develop around Steph Curry. That's why what they do, they got rid of Wiggins and say, let me get Jimmy Butler. You know what I'm saying? They got rid of Harrison Barnes. Let me go get KD. See, I'm noticing a pattern with the Warriors. These great players like LeBron, Steph Curry, and KD, they need to be surrounded with other veteran great players. They can't play with young guys.
Right. I think Kuminga is I think he has the right mentality. I just think Golden State needs to just go and let him go. Because if you're just gonna keep on benching him when he knows he's supposed to play, is now you messing with his mental. Because it's
That's what
like,
I'm saying. You're stunting his growth. And you know, confidence is everything. Look what Ben Simmons turned into. They shot his confidence just because he didn't shoot one layup in a game. And then all the rest is history after that. Now he don't even have no confidence in any shot he takes.
exactly. And it's like when you lose your confidence, it can be like that for years. You don't get it back, or you don't get it back at all.
Look what they
But
did to Markelle Fultz when they tried to change his jump shot in
that was
Philadelphia.
bad. That was bad, man.
Tore his
still
whole
don't have it.
confidence up. Number one pick, mind you. Remember, the top pick
Yep.
in the damn draft. Had all the talent in the world. Now he bouncing on team to team and can't even crack the damn floor.
Yeah, that's wild. That's a lot of these lottery picks though, like that. They have all this upside, and then they come into the league and find out something different, something happens, and they just never the same. But meanwhile, these development players are taking over the league.
Right. They didn't change motherfucking Sean Marion jumper. They didn't change Kevin Martin jumper. You know what I'm saying? They didn't change a lot of these dudes' jumper. You know what I'm saying? Let them guys be them. They got this far doing what they're doing. Can they tweak some stuff and add some stuff here and there? Of course. But they got this far by the game and the skill that they already have and the techniques that they already possess. Can you fine tune anything? Yes, you can. But still, you can't just change somebody's game up. You can utilize what they're great at, but don't put them in a box and say, I don't want you to. When you tell a player, I don't want you to do this, I don't want you to do this. Look what they did to Draymond Green. When Draymond Green first cracked the rotation with Golden State under Mark Jackson, Draymond Green had all different type of shots. He shot out the post. He shot 1-2 dribble pull-ups. He shot step back threes. All of a sudden now he can only do one thing. Why would you put players in a box, bruh? Like, you know, that don't make sense to me. I'm utilizing what you can do, and then we gonna build around all of that. Like, because I know that you're versatile. The more versatile players you have on your team, the better chance you have at winning. Because guess what? Now you can't just focus on one guy. Oh, I'm gonna stop him. If you stop a lot of these dudes on these teams, bro, they're done. If you stop their best player. But guess what? Indiana, you know what I'm saying? I think Minnesota had versatile players, but they didn't play them. You know what I'm saying? Dillingham, Terrence Shannon Jr. didn't crack the rotation until late in that series. Houston, OKC, when you look at these teams like that, they have more than one versatile player on their team. So it's going to be hard for you to game plan for everybody. It's just like, we just got to hope that they're off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, that's just goes so that's a lot of two-way players is lacking. This is a league that they lack two-way players, because when you have two-way players, you don't need all the specialists surrounding it, because the two-way players take care of a lot of the bulk of the responsibility around the team. So that's why I always say, bro, if you don't play both ends of the court, you're not a real player.
How can you be a real hooper if you right? Think about this. Sacramento had Tyrese Halliburton, Davion Mitchell, and De'Aaron Fox in a span of a 5-year period, and neither one of those players are on the team anymore. What does that tell you about the coaching, the structure, the culture, player development? You know what I'm saying? And Mike Brown won a Coach of the Year, and he gets fired after the next season. 2 years later, he's gone. Because guess what? And nobody wants to believe this, and I say this all the time, De'Aaron Fox is one of the main reasons that Mike Brown doesn't have his job anymore. And De'Aaron Fox ain't even on the team anymore. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
That's crazy.
It's hella
because
crazy.
guess what? De'Aaron Fox doesn't play defense. And what is Mike Brown? A defensive-minded coach. So if you can't get your best player to buy in to your defensive system and mentality, then guess what? It's friction. I got to get rid of you. Look at Mike Malone. Joker don't play no D. At least under Mike Malone was holding them fools accountable, him and Jamal Murray. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
Michael Porter Jr., they didn't guard nobody.
Mhm.
They was fortunate to win that championship,
You
but I
know-
said that's a one and done situation, BJ.
You know the thing about Fox is disappointing. He can play defense. He
can
just
play
don't want to play.
defense.
He just
Uh-huh.
don't want to play. A lot
So
of
you
these
get my
dudes,
point.
they can play defense. They have the ability, but Fox is like 6'3". He got a good size as a PG, but he don't want to put the effort in, man.
But and you know what's so disappointing? I seen him put effort in and seen what it can look like if he was to play like that from the jump. You know what I'm saying, to the end of the fourth quarter. Guess what? James Harden. Y'all forgot when James Harden was locking up Kobe, or at least trying to, playing really good defense on him in that OKC series, coming off the bench. He was a defender coming off the bench as a six man. He was a defender. People don't even know that. James Harden comes from Arizona State. Arizona State puts really good defenders into the league. Lou Dort. You know what I'm saying? There's other, you know what I'm saying, Arizona State players that have came through that plays defense on them Pac-12. Some of them Pac-12 schools have defender. They put defense in the league. James
UCLA is one
Harden
of
used to be a good defender. If people don't remember James, and that's how I know, I say, bro, it's all about mentality. But they paid that nigga. They said, let me give you all this money. I don't want you to play defense no more. Just play offense. That's it. And he signed his life away, and that's the history.
Gave him a lazy mindset to think he was.
Mm-hmm.
I think people thought he was better than what he is. He bought into that, bro, and he never wore off, man.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but when you pattern your game, like a lot of these players, they look up to like the Jordans and the Kobes. Those are the players where you see they be playing both ends of the court because they know how valuable that is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they be looking up to these dudes, but only a few got the mentality, man.
Only the few got the mentality, and it's all about really getting an opportunity too. If it's going to be hard for you to turn into a good player if you never get the opportunity to show the skills that you really have and what you're capable of doing. You know what I'm saying?
And see, that's what Kuminga, I think I kind of see that. I see the work ethic. I see the work ethic. He wants to be good. He wants to be great. I think he needs a mentor, and I think he needs the opportunity. I think he needs a coach that believes in him. And that's when he's gonna flourish.
Man, I so wish if we had Mark Jackson with Kuminga. Oh my goodness. But again, they protect people's legacies too. Like they know damn well how good Kuminga really is. They see him in practice. They see his work ethic. They see what he's capable of doing. You can't convince me that he's not a good player. It doesn't even make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some of the things that he can do, a lot of other players in the league can't do. Like, let's just be honest. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, if they do feature Kuminga and he does become this great player, then that means Steph Curry wins damn near 2 more rings. So now we talking about Steph Curry potentially being better than Jordan. It's all about protecting other people's legacy, bro. You can't tell me that. Why didn't KD stay with the Warriors? How do you not stay with a team in a franchise like that? No matter how many skirmishes you didn't get into with people, it don't matter. Because that's part of the game. Your brother, you're going to fight with your brothers all day. Because you both competitive, right? You're going to get up under each other's skin, but guess what? You're going to go have dinner the next day. You best friends. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that type of stuff happens. You think Jordan got along with Pippen and all these people every practice and all the time? No, they probably had their arguments. You get what I'm saying? But guess what? We trying to win.
Right. So where do you mark Curry at all time?
Curry all time for me, he cracks the top 10 for me, just based off of his body of work. And at the end of the day, winning. So, I mean, he won 4 championships. That count for something at being the best player on those championship teams for majority of them. That counts as something. Now, whether he won finals MVP here and there, the media plays a part in protecting people's legacy with these awards. So you give these awards and you go, oh, well, he only got 1 MVP. Kobe only got 1 regular season MVP. And that's the only thing they can say about him.
And then they say he a Batman. So they say a Robin. They say he's a Robin, and he only got one Finals MVP or one MVP. But I mean, look at the awards though. What did you see? Kobe deserved to win at least about 5 to 6 regular season MVPs. Let's just be honest, bro. But again, politics. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me he wasn't just as impactful as Shaq on those championship teams. Other than 1999, I think 2000 year when what he did in the playoffs up until the finals was crazy work.
You can make a case. To be honest with you, man, he was responsible for those 2 championships outside of that finals round. Like he did all the work against Spurs, the Kings. Like he was the best. He was the best player. He was closing the games. He was getting the clutch shots. He was guarding the best players on the other side of the ball. So it's like, but you hear they try to throw it down people's throats. So Shaq was the most dominant force, and people eat it.
Yeah.
So now that takes away from Kobe. And that puts Shaq on a pedestal he really don't deserve to be on.
Right. But and that's what I'm saying. And Shaq knows that. And I'm not saying that Shaq wasn't the most dominant because we never seen nobody that big move that fast. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, let's just keep it 100. What other great centers was he going against in the Western Conference at that particular time? Just let's be honest. Tim Duncan ain't no super great defender. He couldn't guard no Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest.
But you know something, Elise, when you look at them series, Tim Duncan had his way with Shaq. He may not did it in a flashy way, but I look at not even the numbers. Just go back and look at the matchups. Like Shaq would struggle. That's why I'm saying when it was the Spurs, it was Kobe closing them games.
That's what I'm saying because guess what? They had bigs they can throw at Shaq, and Popovich just say, "I'm gonna foul you and make you hit free throws. I'm not gonna let you score." You know what I'm saying? But Shaq couldn't guard Tim Duncan. Shaq could never guard a center who has a little bit of skill. Shit, Shaq even admitted Brian Reeves gave him problem. Big country. Let's be honest, bro. Shaq wasn't a really great defender at his position.
The reason why I kind of look at Shaq like, okay, you was great, but there's holes. I look at you and play defense on the best players, and you couldn't make free throws.
Right.
I don't understand how you can't make free throws in the clutch and still be the best player. That don't make sense to me.
That part.
That's a big intricate of the game, like hitting free throws.
And I can't sit here and say, I can't call you the best player, one of the best players, if I can't say, okay, it's this time in the game. I need to go get a bucket. I need a clutch bucket. Let me give it to Shaq. No.
Yeah.
It didn't happen like that. Even when Kobe became Kobe or started getting valuable minutes, who was closing them games? Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, Anthony Peeler. You had other players that was willing to score the basketball in clutch moments. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't Shaq. Shaq maybe got maybe a couple game winners in his career. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, Shaq wasn't closing games. Yeah, he was dominant, but he wasn't closing the games out at the end because you got to be a good free throw shooter to close games. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I can't give Shaq that. Like, Dwayne Wade closed those games. Let's just be honest. Dwayne Wade was closing the games.
Shaq, we gonna go through I might do this video tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna go through a full spill on this. Like, I got so much stuff, bro, about this Shaq Kobe conversation, man. Like, that will get people like, damn, I didn't even know that. So I'm gonna ask you to come back tomorrow, E. I'm gonna let you.
Me too.
Come on
me
tomorrow.
Too.
Come on tomorrow. We gonna you kind of talk about it, and we can have a full discussion.
Oh, for sure. I just hate when people throw these numbers out to try to prove an argument instead of what did you see though? Fuck what the numbers tell you, because sometimes the numbers lie, bruh. You get what I'm saying?
They do. They inflated with because the offense runs. Think about this. I don't know if you remember this when Cole said he was on this huge streak. I think he had like four or six 40-point game straight games or something crazy. And Shaq was injured, and Shaq came back, and Phil Jackson told Kobe,
he needs to dial it down and feature Shaq more. So that sounds like to me like all you doing is making Shaq the number one offense, even though I'm dominating what I'm doing, but you want to shortchange me because Shaq has the easier matchup. So that's when you say the numbers are inflated. That's what that means. Like you get more shot attempts, all
Exactly.
that,
If
more
I'm
touches.
averaging 40 and we winning, and I'm averaging 7 assists in that period where I'm averaging 40, I'm still giving you high number assists. What do I need to dial back for? Why can't Shaq just get in where he fit in after that? Like, you know what I'm saying? He gonna get his points, but why you gotta act like, oh, Shaq needs to average more points than everybody? That's where the politics and the storylines come into the NBA, bruh. That's all NBA politics, storylines, and media. They control what's going on, cuz I'm telling everybody this shit.
Bro, the media really turned on Kobe after you know what happened in 2003.
Right.
That's
And
when
when he called everybody a bunch of idiots, they didn't like that either.
yeah, bro, that's when everybody turned on him. So that's where it started and it began. He lost all his endorsements.
Yeah.
He lost everything, bro.
He lost everything except for his killer mentality and wanting to be the best player on the basketball court. They could never take that away from him.
Yeah. He embraced being the villain.
And guess what? He ended up getting 2 chips, 3 finals in a row again. And he was unfortunate, you know what I'm saying, in that 5th year when he was trying to win one where he tore his Achilles, and that was the beginning of the end for his career. So, but let's keep it 100. Kobe could easily be sitting on how many championships? Because he lost 2. So he went 5-2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jordan only went to 6 finals and he won 6.
Right.
Kobe went to 7. So Kobe actually had an opportunity to win more rings than, you know what I'm saying? Think about that.
Come on. And
So
the competition.
If what happened against the Detroit series and that whole Kobe, that whole relationship killed that championship. It wasn't that the Lakers wasn't better than Detroit. They was more dysfunctional. When you got a dysfunctional team like that, and you got the media right there waiting for every interview after every mistake and every bad thing that went wrong, that was the beginning of the end for them, because Kobe and Shaq admitted they kind of ran with whatever the media was saying. They kind of perpetuated all of that, which prevented them from winning. So that's a championship.
They played
And
into
then
it.
the one against Boston, that was set up for Boston to win that. That whole trade to kick Kevin Garnett, get him out of this, and then they came and brought Ray Allen over. They were trying to get them a championship, bro. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, they had to
So
stack
that
the team.
championship, Boston got that one. They was one and done after that. They never won another one. So
Yeah. And see, that's another thing, dominance. Dude almost went to two three-peats. Two three-peats.
He was right there.
Two separate three-peats. And took down a dynasty. That Celtic team was stacked in 2000.
That Celtics team was stacked. And they were more experienced that second go around. Remember, they won with a real young Rondo, like a rookie. I think Rondo was a rookie that year, right? Or second year player?
Second year player. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So that was, you know what I'm saying, let alone right there. And guess what? In that championship team with Boston, they had dysfunction. Ray Allen and Rondo didn't get along with each other at all.
Right.
So
Kobe having a Pau Gasol that was considered soft, and all of a sudden they win that championship. All is Pau Gasol. I'm like, what? This nigga ain't even ever won a playoff series.
There you go.
So y'all changing the narrative now, huh?
There you go. I'm telling you, bro. Anything to discredit somebody that the media doesn't think that's the best, they're always going to do that, bro. They know Kobe was a threat to everything the NBA was trying to do. That's why we don't have him no more, bro. When you become a threat to stuff, bro, they got to get you up out of there, bro. Because guess what? When Kobe passed away, everybody was talking about how he's the GOAT. Fast forward, now all of a sudden LeBron just then crept up and pushed Kobe out the way. How? That don't even make no sense. That's why I don't listen to the media, bro. Y'all gotta really be careful about what y'all listen to on television and internet. If you just do your own research and you got your own set of eyes you'll know that, man, maybe I was wrong about stuff. Just like people saying Kuminga garbage. If you think Kuminga's garbage and James Harden is all world, I don't know what the hell you're looking at. Your eyes are deceiving you, bro. Real talk. And I'm not talking about what they've accomplished over their careers, but I'm just talking about the type of basketball players they are and how they can impact winning.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. We know what James Harden is. Going to go down as one of the greatest scorers ever. But he came in at a time where the NBA was trying to promote scoring. And what is it? What's the word for the scores, for the elevate the scores? You know what I'm saying? How they did with scoring, how they just they elevated scoring. So James Harden became one of the poster childs for one of the greatest scorers ever. But we've seen, even back in the day, we've seen great scorers. Bernard King was one of the greatest scorers ever. You couldn't guard him in an era and at a time where the possessions was even less possessions a game, and the game was super slow. But he could score. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
He didn't have
check
to
out
do
the
no
comment.
triple step backs.
Check out the comment old man put on the screen. See, this is another thing too people don't talk about. Cole was the best player in the league for a decade.
Thank you, old man.
All that. But
How you be?
I don't know how,
So that's a 12-year span, though, BJ. And you only got one regular season MVP in a 12-year span where you're the best player.
Right.
Make it make sense, bro.
Right. That's what I don't know how they rate the MVP. At first, I thought it was the best record and the player that had the best production and head-to-head numbers against like other MVP candidates.
Right.
They kept changing it. They kept changing the criteria. So I don't know what the criteria is now.
Because Steve Nash won back-to-back. But can you imagine? Okay, let's trade. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. And if we're going to do that, theoretically, let's trade Steve Nash for Kobe Bryant. Put Steve Nash on that Phoenix team. Is Kobe Bryant the winning final? Are they still going to get an MVP to Steve Nash? Let's be honest. That team was loaded, nigga.
Nah.
And Steve Nash only averaged, 6, 7, 18 points a game? Kobe averaged 36. 33. And took that garbage-ass Lakers team to the motherfucking playoffs. It don't make sense, bro. None of it makes sense, to be honest with you. And to be honest, guess what? You mean to tell me that Michael Jordan only got 6 regular season MVPs when he was the best player for like down there 12 to 13 years? You mean to tell me Karl Malone and Charles Barkley and all these dudes get MVPs, bro, when Chicago is the best team in the NBA with the best record and the best player? That's politics, bro. Oh, we can't give it to him every year. Why not? If he's the best player on the best team. Don't give me no handouts. If you earned it, then earn it. But I don't want don't give me an award by default. If you feel I don't deserve it, don't give it to me. That's how the NBA do their awards. They give it to players and discredit other players. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me Shai Gilgeous-Alexander ain't been the best player in the NBA basketball for the last 3 years. You can't tell me that some of the Joker MVPs shouldn't have went to Joel Embiid when Joel Embiid was healthy, averaging 30 and 10. Let's go. I mean, what are we talking about?
Yeah, man.
It's all good, BJ. I'm gonna roll up out of here, bro. I'll be in tomorrow, brother.
Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. I gotta get some stuff done too. So, yeah, man, let's chop it up tomorrow for sure.
For sure. Salute. Like, share, subscribe, y'all.
Salute.